We keep seeing their eyeballs glued to us on the sidewalk, but that look could kill. Oh, they are trying so hard to find all the weaknesses inside, but it's gonna spill. Oh, can we take a minute, turn and face the critics? Let's put flowers in our hair like we don't care. And there's a village clown moves, nobody's stopping our groove. Ooh, that's good, it's just you and me. And making me laugh with your moves, ain't no stopping our groove. Ooh, that's good, it's just you and me. And we can clown around, yeah. And we can clown around, and it's just you and me. Oh, you and me are a vibe, girl. Disco, some fun like one of a kind, girl. Till morning's here. But when opinions start to guide us, we won't let them define us. No, we'll play it by ear. And I know that you're shy, but we can clown around tonight. You know the circus leaves town when it's light. And there's a village clown moves, nobody's stopping our groove. Ooh, that's good, it's just you and me. And making me laugh with your moves, ain't no stopping our groove. Ooh, that's good, it's just you and me. And we can clown around, yeah. And we can clown around, and it's just you and me. Now it's your turn to clown around and take a train to Freaky Town. And we could just clown around like this, you know. We could just clown around a bit. And dance a village clown moves, nobody's stopping our groove. Ooh, that's good, it's just you and me. And making me laugh with your moves, ain't no stopping our groove. Ooh, that's good, it's just you and me. And we can clown around, yeah. And we can clown around, and it's just you and me. And we can clown around, yeah. And we can clown around when it's just you and me.
You're nothing but an ex, expired, exit from my life. An ex, expired, exit from my life. I thought your love, I thought your heart was poison from the start. An ex, expired, exit from my life. Bye-bye, I don't miss you.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Livestream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day, boys. Today we got even more 5v5 1v1 duels, this time over for the region of NA. How you boys all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. What's up? Lath, how you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one, boys. Groups are going to be listed in LFG in just a second, unless like Chicago or somebody already got me covered with that one. How you boys all doing? Hope everybody's having a good one. Holy pally. Oh wait, playing Holy Priest. Oh, holy crap, I'm loving it. Almost 4 set. Let's go. That's huge. That's awesome. I haven't played Holy Priest in a good bit. I gotta give it a go again. Their tier set, this tier, was gonna be insane, and then they end up like kind of cribbing it a little bit. It's still really, really good. It still is an effective healer. That is what our healers are playing right now for Sarkrath Prog, because it does good healing. But like, man, I'm just like a disc gamer, man. I love that healing damage counterpart thing. It doesn't work for all the fights. Sometimes disc Holy is a lot better just for the throughput, but it is really good for throughput either way. That's what's important, right? Alrighty, groups should be hopefully going live in just a bit here. Oh, boys, this is good. I just like Holy. Yeah, some people are just like, mostly, I noticed that like priests and warriors are very, very similar in that regard. Some warriors are not just like warriors. A lot of warriors are like Fury or Arms preferably, you know? They like one spec or the other more, right? They're usually not like, oh, I'm just a warrior gamer. I'll play whatever spec is the best technically or whatever, right? So it's interesting how some people are. And I noticed the same thing about priests too. Some people like a lot of healing priests are not really like priests unless maybe like you're raiding. A lot of them at the end of the day do have a preference of like, oh, I'm more of a holy, I'm more of a disc kind of guy. You know what I mean? And that usually like comes out in Mythic Plus, like which I expect they end up playing for one or the other. We only do Assassin Rogue and Outlaws today. Yo, I mean, if like all the rogues agree to it, I am not against it. If we do like no sub rogues, if all the rogues in the groups agree to it, I'm not against it at all. But everybody has to be in agreement like we were last week, man. It would have to be like a group effort. You know what I mean? Because I'm not against it whatsoever. I actually like the idea because it worked out really well last week. I thought it was good. I thought it was healthy for the dueling environment. All right, groups are listed right now. Here we go. Beautiful. All right, you guys are more than welcome to join us. More than welcome to sign up. Groups are listed. I'm gonna try to see if I can scour through my BNet here as soon as I get a chance here. I want to try to see if we can add a couple more boys in here. Imp Strat, Skim maybe? Orc Shaman? Yo, Shamans are looking really good right now, man. They're really starting to like grow, you know what I mean? They're getting better and better and better. Man. Let's see, what else I'm missing? Just good, just like Holy. Let me see. Who else do I invite? Chicago? Lightforge, Draenei, Paladin. Interesting. Is that what Chicago's bringing to duels by chance? Potentially. We can get Freaks in here too. Awesome. And let's see. Kraken? Let's see if he wants to join in. Hey, Kraken. Wanna join a duels friend? Let's see. Cryptic maybe? Hey, wait. Here we go. Hey, Cryptic. Did I spell it right? Cryptic. Why am I having a hard time spelling or seeing? Is this NA only? Yeah. So yesterday we did them over on the EU. Fridays are duels in the EU region. That means if you play on the EU region, you're more than welcome to join. We have to do them one region at a time though. So today we're doing them on NA region. If you are in NA region, you're more than welcome to join the sub. Anybody and everybody is welcome. But yeah, if you joined in like yesterday or at the next stream Friday, next week Friday, then you should be able to join the EU ones if you want to join them. We're doing about the same time on the EU that we do on an A. Wanna join Duels group friend? Try to see if I can get some more homies in here. I could try Lemons, but he looks like he's already in Aratha Basin, so I'm not gonna bug him. Pancakey, I love you. Doesn't join Duels all often. Shadow Cow? You're leveling in Shadow Labyrinth? What the? I guess it makes sense though. Right now is a pretty good time to get a bunch of characters leveled. Tank is also in Arathi as a mage. Let me see if Tank was joined. Hey, Tank. Wanna join Duels friend? Okay, cool. Dude, sometimes I'm like trying to message to somebody and it just doesn't hit them really. Really want to try SATA-III? Go for it, my man. They're really good right now, like especially for PvE content. They're incredible. What's up on Gesund? Is that how you say it? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Welcome. Dude, I was gonna get an Aberrus one on my ults done if I can. I was trying to get one done on my did I get one done actually? I might have gotten one done yesterday. My week has been like blurring together, man. It's just like the days of blurring. All I'm doing is working, barely sleeping, and when I'm awake, I'm just like, all right, wake up, work, let's get it done. All right, work, okay, raid. I've also been raiding a lot this week, and last week. I guess it's kind of just bleeding on through. I think I did a run on my hunter this week. I decided that I'm gonna like try to get my weeklies out of the way on all my ults, right? Get a mythic plus done for every single one of them. Doesn't really matter, like as long as it's like an 8 or an above, that means it's an item that can eventually become a mythic item, so it's really good. But I want to also work on like one ult for the week, try to see if I can do a bit more mythic plus on that character, maybe a full raid run on heroic or something. Sounds like I might need a break. Yo, honestly, I just need a bit more coffee in my body, man, and I need to find a better way to manage my time. I mean, a break would be nice, but I feel like I can't really take one. You know, it's one of those things like, it's like when you go to the gym, right, and you make yourself a good schedule, and then for some reason you have to take a day off, maybe like 2. It's so difficult getting back into things, getting back into swing of things, and I don't like, if I can help it, taking breaks, because then it's like so difficult to get back into the swing of things, and it's just like, you know what, I kind of like the stability, or somewhat stability. I guess it's a lack of stability, but there is some sort of stability, but more consistency with what I got going on right now, and I kind of value that. I mean, maybe one day, right? Just don't think right now is the time to do it yet. Annie? Who's Annie again? Animorph. I could ask Annie to see if they want to join, maybe. Beat Chicago, beat Sordine and BG. Chicago, Valdraken. Hey friend. Hold on. Hey friend. Duels tonight? Hello. Hello. How are you? Hello, Drazus? Sure. Is Chicago just gonna join? Okay, Chicago, swap it over. I was gonna say, do they maybe want to come with the Paladin? Hey, Annie, wanna join Duels this evening? Went from 360 to 410 today. That's pretty good. That's a nice little bit of upgrade. That should be enough to get you into maybe like normals and stuff. Violence, beautiful. Hey, what time? We're putting groups together right now, actually. Forming group 1, then got get group 2 and good to go. They're gonna try to see, unless Chicago wants to try to make a second group right now, I can get Chicago into this one and then eventually pass lead, and I can make a second one right after, and we should be good to go then. Hope I get a stab on 4 out of 5 time walking quest. Get it, my guy. Definitely get it. Is it actually, wait, is it time walking? It is time walking this week, isn't it? Is it normal items you get from time walking or a heroic item? I forget, because I may need to do that on some of my ults then. Sure, Tank wants to join in. Let's go. All right, how do I get Tank in here? Which one is coming on? I'm actually, well, that's a lot of people on Diablo. I think that's the first time we've seen this many people on my real ID on Diablo. First time. But like, it's kind of awesome actually, because I feel like so far it's just like my beta for the longest time was just like mostly WoW with like a little bit of Diablo, but now it's like, I guess maybe like separated a little bit. Is this like, I guess it is everybody EU and NA, right? Or just mostly NA? Boss Boss is EU, I think. Harder is definitely EU. So it is EU and NA. Okay, cool. Well, good. So take us down to join him. We can get him in here as well. It does go. What's up, Shade? My man. Hope you have a good one, my guy. Welcome. Hope you're having a beautiful evening, my man. Hope you're doing good. I guess I could ask Beat once he gets out of that silver shard, but I don't really know if he's doing like a RBG or something. Jerdis, that's another name I could probably pester later this evening. Kuros, does he want to join in by chance? Hey, Kuros, wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels, bud? Try to see if I can get as many homies as I can. Dude, everybody's on the U tonight. What the? I felt like yesterday was like flip side as well. I felt like there was a lot of people that are Reality that are, I was gonna say Alliance, that are NA. And I was trying to get some of the EU boys in on. I'm like, oh my god, there's so many NA boys. I honestly feel like maybe at some point we should try switching the days. Maybe do like a Friday NA, Saturday EU. I feel like that would confuse everybody though. Everybody and the mother would be confused. Allergy sucks. Yo, my man, get in here. All good, friend. All good, friend. Hope you are having a wonderful day. Here we go. Okay, so this group is ready. Does Chicago have a second group by chance? Maybe they do. Okay, so this group is good though. Who would I make lead here? I guess Blood Dagger, right? Because I do have you added. Let me see. Okay, this group is ready. Gonna form second group, and we should be good to go. In a minute. Senjin village is under attack. What the? Way back out in the Echo Isles? Where's this thing right here? Is that Senjin village? That is Senjin village. What the hell? Who's attacking him? Oh, Anna wants to join in? Let's go. Blood Dagger will make a lead here, yeah? Let's do it like this. D-list. Your lead. BRB. Is Chicago making a second group, or am I making a second group? What the? Is that all the legacy raised that are up? Oh. Okay. Okay, starting the second one. I'm gonna get Annie in this one. Anything you feel like playing, friend? Anything I'm gonna play, my guy. I don't really have like any specificity. I mean, I guess like if you want to be like specific, could do like no rogues maybe, or nah, whatever works. Cool. I'm gonna try to see if I can just toss him an invite right now. Let's see, forming second group. First one is ready to go. Ready to go. Here we go. Awesome. Jared, got some stuff? Go for it, my guy. Do your thing. Where's Chicago at? Cause I could get Chicago in on this, yeah? Get in here, bud. Get in here, bud. Wait, what the? Chicago's already in the group? Hold on. How many people do you have in your group? Those? Okay, so what I could do is I could wait because I could get any morph into your group real quick. Yeah, and we could just have Chicago hold that one, I guess. I'm maintaining for keys. Quit while taking a break, so I get to do another full Vista to push 26, 28. Oh no, dude. Well, I mean, I think you'll have a lot of fun with it, but that's unfortunate, man. But honestly, like, if you're waiting for like 10.15, now it's, we don't know when 10.15 is gonna be. But if it's like maybe like some people suggesting maybe in a month. Someone said like 17th of July. What would be on the 17th of July actually? Chicago? Perfect. That'll work. I can host it then. Okay, good. What would it be 17th? Dungeon Awards, PvP Brawl. So it doesn't really have like, I guess it'll be a week after the Sanctuary buff is gone, right? This week, by the way, is going to be insane. Darkman Fair, together with a time walk-in event for Warlord's Jenner, which is generally pretty quick. That's going to be an insane level and week, dude. Final week before the, what is it, the buff is gone. This is going to be kind of huge. Let me see. Well, also ask, man. I feel like I should maybe ask Ampix, but I feel like I asked him before. I know that SB doesn't PvP that much, but maybe I can get him in there as well at some point. I asked Kuros Lemons. Do we ask Lemons maybe? I think I'll ask Lemons. Hey, Lemons. Wanna join some 5V5 1v1 Duels night? Getting second group ready. Maybe he wants to join in. But yo, it's a lot of people on the yield on man. In terms of NA, this is actually. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to like start asking everybody, like Jerdis. But he's like gonna shut up in Monastery. I don't want to be that guy. Be like, yo, I know you're leveling, but you want to join in, Brianna? Wait, what? Hi. Surprised me. I don't know how I feel. That was so cool. I actually like that. That was interesting. Just kind of like disappear. That took me by surprise. That was neat. Sounds like you might get a break. Gonna be a bit desperate to see you. Yo, I'm just gonna try to see if we can put a group together, man. That's all. I need my man Airless online, dude. I need Sensei in here. Those guys did pretty well last time. Making a bear for 10-1-5. I think investing into a druid right now is a fantastic idea. That tank has the potential to just be absolutely insane. Let me see. Hey, Setback. Back. Want to join Duels, bud? I want to see if Setback wants to pop in here. Would you if I was busy leveling? All good, friend. All good, friend. So we're still waiting for Annie in here, but we got 3 with Annie. We need 2 more. We'll be good to go. What's up, Reverence? I know a guy trying to see if we can put some 5v5 1v1 Duels group together. We got 1 group already ready to go. Second group needs 2 more bodies, and then we're set. How you doing, my man? What is the best class for group content? No healer. Just like a class for like group stuff. I imagine the new augmentation evoker is going to be kind of insane once they are out in 10.1.5. But if you look at the class that's like great for anything group related, like raids and dungeons in particular, that isn't a healer, is a Shadow Priest. Hands down. Especially this week. But generally, Shadow Priests are really good. They got Massive Spell, they got the Purges, they got a Silence, they got fantastic single target damage and AoE damage. They don't really have to sacrifice much in order to do good damage all around. They can really scale up in big group situations. They got PI, they got good defenses. Like, fantastic class all around, man. Paladin is another good one. Or like a tank, like a protection Paladin are really good too. But those will be the ones that are like really good for like group stuff and endgame stuff right now. Although it looks like bear druids are starting to take over. If you haven't seen Raider IO, they are going bear, man. They are going bear market. Whatever the hell that means. Is that a investment thing? Bears and demon hunters are pretty taking over though. It is absolutely insane. Hold on. It is. Look at this. Hold on a second. Okay, so this is like top and M+ runs. Demon hunter. And a bear. I mean, a 27 timed. Demon hunters are doing a lot of work, but a bear is keeping up with them, man. Out of all the classes, at the top end is just bears. Paladins are sliding to the side, man. Who needs them? Paladin tank? Nah. Bear druid. Yeah. But sorry. Okay. Got a new mug. Sounds good, my guy. Sounds good. Looking forward towards segmentation, dude. Same, honestly. I think augmentations are going to be absolutely insane. Augmentation evokers are going to be an absolute blast, man. I got to play them a little bit over on PTR, and we're just nutty. Did we get a guy join in and then leave again? Or Kuro? We can get Kuro in here. What's up, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. I'll be back shortly. Watch the duels. I'm back. Sounds good, friend. Sounds good, friend. Sounds good. I like how Blood Dagger's just chilling and nobody's attacking him except for this guy. Just kind of cleaving him a little bit, but he's just chilling, hanging out with the homies, and no one except for Rogue Tricks decided, okay, now it's gonna be like, oh, when I'm gonna attack you, now everybody's gonna attack you. One guy got you, everybody's got you. Okay, I see how it is. You guys are brutal out here, man. You just hold me just chilling. I thought I had so much respect for you guys when it was just like a couple of you hanging out, just hanging, chilling, letting the guy just do his thing, letting him live his life. And then somebody's just like AFK for like 2 seconds, or Rogue just sneaks up on you. But then again, what class would you expect to just like randomly attack somebody? Would you say like, if you had like a bunch of classes in like a lineup, and there's a Rogue amongst them, I think a lot of 80% of people will point to a Rogue and be like, that bastard over there. Oh man. Nando. Hey Nando. Long time, man. Hi, man. Want to join some 5v5 duels? Yo, if we could get Nando in this 5v5 1v1 duels, that would be the return of the king. This man was an insane BM hunter back in the day. My goodness. Yeah, but still the DKs and major rollers in 10.1.5. Yo, I'm actually excited for that too. I think like we needed more Death Knight representation. I do hope that, and this is me and Chill talked a little bit about like the DK situation for Frost DK. He did point out that Frost changes are good. Unholy changes are also really, really good. It's just for Frost, like they would probably need a little bit more survivability because a lot of them do a hit and run plays, right? You kind of just chill behind the pillar, play it super safe. You walk out, pop your cooldowns, do your damage, then go behind the pillar again just to play extra safe. But if you're going to be out there constantly doing sustained damage, you're going to be constantly under pressure by the enemy team. So like you've got to be basically like either healer heals you or you die kind of situation. And against some of these casters play, like there's a lot of damage to heal through. There's a lot to live through. So there's only so much you could really do. But yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting to see if they end up maybe giving them a little bit more survivability in turn. I think it'll be really, really good. Potentially. I don't know if... Because like maybe they could even adjust like the casters, I guess. But there's a couple of ways they could fix it too. I feel like if they... They might nerf precognition. I don't know why. I'm starting to feel like maybe they may end up nerfing that one a little. It's really, really, really strong. And for melee to just not be to have to be like it's just really, really punishing. You not only do you reduce the duration of kicks with 10-1, but also if you miss a kick for any reason, oh, the enemy can just turn it around you big time. Which I guess it makes sense, right? You should end up playing the kicks properly. You shouldn't be like, you know, trolling with the kicks. You should end up getting them accurate, and we should reward accurate kicks. But man, it's like, it's just from watching the duels, at least in a 1-on-1 scenario, it just feels like kind of favored towards the caster to a degree. Melee precog is terrible. First thing, I mean, extra 1k damage and auto attack. Yeah, like extra auto attack, it's not worth, right? They need to make that a lot stronger, so that like uptime is super like high melee uptime. It's just like really bad for caster. It just like, I feel like melee lose out against the precognition, but casters don't really have like any kind of like thing that they have to deal with, you know? It's kind of like when they added, I guess, the precognition trinket initially into SL, people complained about it, and then they end up kind of nerfing that trinket over and over and over and over and over until it was like less good. And then they added precog, and it's basically we're back to square one in a way. So I don't know, man. It's an interesting idea. I do think they'll probably like, end up nerfing that maybe at some point, but I feel like if they did that, then you don't have to really touch Death Knight that much, because if like precognition is not as punishing for melee, then you could probably play melee okay. Let's see what I was giving to like. Let's see what I get. Okay, sounds good, my guy. Hope you get something good out of it, yeah. Hopefully. We need Onomaz, boys. We got a group ready to go. If the guys got any homies you want to invite, by the way, to the duels, well, welcome to go in and watch some duels. We just need one more body and then we'll be set. Oh, good to go. Where's Furidia? Like, why am I blinded? This guy randomly Furidia. Wasn't even me that Furidia. What the? Or is he just watching? Just see whenever I get hit by stuff. Maybe that's what's going on. Okay, we need to do Mazda. Do we have volunteers go first? Do we volunteer? We could. But in most cases, we do /roll to see our order highest to lowest, usually. But you guys could decide that amongst your groups if you want to. If you want to change it from like lowest to highest or whatever, doesn't really matter to me that much. It's good for Holy Priest. Would you get something fixed? Oh, hey, fix it. Oh, what is it? Flamin'. Why are you calling it fix? I think it's the FLX. I'm like, fix. It's a misfix. The Hunter. Alright, we got a group though. Pass the lead to Chicago. And we're good to go. Okay, a group ready. Passing lead to I can't pass lead to Chic. And we good to go. Queuing you up in a second. Alrighty, pass and lead to Chicago. Hopefully the other team is all ready to go. Chicago, toss me a quick whisper if you can. Check. I do need to whisper you as well, don't I? Ready. Ready? Question mark? I'm gonna sneeze. Wow. Ah, man. Okay, here we go. Awesome. Alright, we're ready, boys. Spectator match. CZECH Susie. Check Susie? Oh, okay. I can do that. I mean, I can remember that. Did it work? There we go, boys. We are in. Wait, so what'd you get? Resonate with the power of the sworn Dragonflight. Oh, that's a good trinket. That's an awesome trinket, Ashley. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Hell yeah. What's up, what's up, lover? How you doing, my man? Hope you have a good. What's up, Kira? How you doing, my man? Hope you have a good, my guy. Hey. All right, so we got Subrugs this time around. I wonder if we could go all assassination on all outlaw at some point. I'm sure when Airless comes around, I'm sure we'll get everybody else here. Like, yo, let's just do it, dude. Let's just all do it. All get in there. Alrighty, so that's actually a really good trinket. That's awesome, man. That's really good. I've gotten that one on like my evoker, I think. It is a solid trinket. Just make sure you figure out which stat is best for you, and then go find like the little O stone for all the different covenants. What do they call it? Aspects, right? Dragonflights. They're all like in each zone. It's like the little like a crystal thing that you have to restore during the campaign. Those are the things you're looking for. Alrighty, switch. We got ourselves Blood Dagger over on the team one as a subtlety rogue. We got a couple of mythology sucks joining as well. Freaks in the back as a troll. Unholy Death Knight. We got Magnus gonna be first up, getting absolutely blasted out with a Convoke, but looks like Animorph's Convoke did not go for the lucky bites back to back. Looks like they are speared down, even though they're trying to desperately escape. And Stormbolt to follow, does have a wall rolling in. Barks to follow. All the defenses used up really early on as Magnus took a bit of bleed damage. Try to see if he can find himself a way to reconnect back to Anna. Try to go for a bit of an interrupt, but it doesn't look like it connected. Haymaker out for Animorph. Does end up going for a bit of a knockback with his son onto Magnus, able to get away for just a second, catch a couple of heals here and there. Magnus is in a situation where he just used every trinket and every offensive defensive ability kind of all at once. So for Animorph could be an opportunity where Feral can just bleed up the warrior. They can puncture right through the plated ironclad armor. They can make some work happen stun in order to make sure the Feral doesn't escape easily. Going to be a charge out of Magnus. Does he have any other ways to close that gap? Because he needs to get in there and start going in for Bloodthirst as well as impending victories to try to maintain his health as best as possible. Disarm much of the Feral join. I don't think it really does much, but it is going to be a Convoke onto Magnus. He's just secluded away. Big bites back to back. Isn't enough, though. Does get himself a little bit of healing at the very end into, I think, a Battle Master trinket on top of it. So it's just borrowed health. If Magnus can stay out of combat, actually, if he can not take damage, I think he might be able to get second one to help him recover. Stormbolt to follow. Needs healing right now. Does not really have much to work with. It's going to be Animorph trying to go for a couple of swipes. Once you get the bleeds in on a wounded warrior, there's only so much you can do. Violence is going to be up next. I like how there's like two play classes of Freaks and Violence that are both wearing the same mog, by the way. It is a good looking mog, honestly. Animorph with a bit of that Heart of the Wild, using the extra hybrid capabilities in order to get himself a little bit more tankiness and a little bit more survivability. While Violence looks like he's just able to launch right through that easily. Bash to follow Maim right after into a trinket. Once you go for that execute, isn't enough. There's a bleed on the Animorph. He just needs one more good hit. Looks like recovery is in play for Animorph, but not by much. He got himself a bit of HOTS going in. The HOTS and all the heals are actually amplified too by the Heart of the Wild, but he's still struggling to recover. Finally got himself a little bit of line of sight behind the pillar. If Violence is a way to catch up, Convoke the Spirits defensively. He does end up kind of moonfiring somebody, or not moonfiring, wrathing somebody. But he is supposed to use it just to catch up. He does still have a renewal by the looks of it. Main to hop on a bear form very quickly. Catch up on the renewal. Maim into Violence. Witherwood to follow. Try to play the long game. Put some blades on him, but still looking for the recovery. Try to see if he can find himself a little bit of that peace behind any of these pillars of Violence. Charging right in. Not letting Animorph get too much recovery at all. And got himself plenty of damage in the knee if he needed. He got himself defensive as well, so he's actually in a fantastic spot. Animorph trying to go for a bit of Feral Frenzy. He's going to be maybe Violence with a leap. Does not have a way to leap over unless maybe. It looks like no ways to connect just yet, but he's trying to find himself a better angle. Animorph in the stealth. Violence may decide to go for the eye, but so far he hasn't taken that much damage. So far, Animorph ain't under putting up bleeds and having a go against the guy. It looks like they're just doing it just so they can get himself a finisher, so they can root the guy at a distance and then continue for the full recovery. But so far has not been able to stabilize enough in order to go on the aggression. But maybe potentially Big Convo could maybe give you an opportunity here. Mad damage, lots of bites. Looks like it's not enough in order to puncture through violence. It's going to be tricking out of Animal, popping a wall, immediately going to be bleeds on him. So at least he's able to tank up a lot of this damage together with Barsky. This is the most amount of defense he's going to have. But as soon as these defenses fall off, if violence still has the same momentum, it is going to be really, really rough for the Feral Druid. That's going to be charged out of that root. Is able to break out of it thanks to the bleeds. Animal trying to go for a bit of a haymaker. Doesn't find someone when to catch up. He does have an intercept with a charge yet again. Animal trying to go into bear form, travel form. If like a stun, maybe could lock you down here. Violence looks like doesn't have one yet. Trying to go for a lead, but he doesn't quite. Can then get himself a bit of movement speed. Maybe he can still catch up somehow. Animal does dive into re-stealth yet again. Without a regular bleed for Warrior, or without any kind of like damage over time effects, like a, I don't know, like a Shadow Flame thing, or like a Shadow Flame weapon and shit, or a Shadow Flame patch or something, it is going to be a little bit rough because the Feral, if he could get the distance from you, then he could always catch himself a full reset. Violence with the trinket, try to see if he can maybe take the opportunity here, hoping to maybe end the deal right now. Bash out of Animorph, route to follow. Does he have any way to reconnect? Try to see if he can go for a bit of a charge. Are you a mounted Tauren? Are you? Are you Hamount? Yeah, it's how I think you're normal Tauren, right? Or do you just use the high mounted charge? I'm not even sure. You are a high mountain. Wait, it's just the helmet. It like covers up all of your horns. You literally can't see your antlers through it. Huh? Big Convoke, lots of bites, get himself the luck that he needs, but it looks like the bites are not enough to puncture through this plated armor. Animorph does get stunned up, hoping to maybe end it right now, but big turnaround by the Warrior out of left field with a Survival Hunter joining in right after as Viriana trying to see if they can end the deal right there. Hafrun with a Death Chakram, Violence just turning up the heat some more, got himself plenty of damage, gonna be the Hunter trying to see if he can get around him. Big damage, big bleed out of the Warrior. Viriana having to go full defensive, but it's gonna be Freaks immediately gripping him in, does the pet center follow, grip a hand right after, trying to see if he can get himself a full army available. That is going to be not an army, but rather it is going to be a one abomination join in. Variana might be in a bit of trouble. It's going to be Apocalypse right after. I think playing more for a damage over time. Apocalypse build, so he's playing for the what's it called? Necromantic Bargain talent. So the Apocalypse decided it's like a big disease. If Varian ends up healing, the disease ends up prolonging itself longer and longer, but maybe Hunter turns it around either way. Oh my god, them kill shots are so brutal. Does get the kill shot at the end. He needs to find a way to dip into a camo as soon as possible before LFG sucks can open up on him. Got in the camo, but the pet still has a dot on you. Unless you have a way to stop the rogue, I think it's probably over. LFG does get hit with a death shock and a little bit of a dot, as well as Flaming putting a dot on the guy. Wait, actually, LFG's taking so much dot damage right now. So much periodic damage. Gonna be a Cloak of Shadows to follow, gouge at a flame and try to see if we go for a bit of a reset. It does go for a vanish. That chakram was just melting this man. It's just a solo chakram that the Hunter was able to throw out. Imagine if you could have just went with damage and somehow got a recovery. I feel like the Hunter had such a good go on the rogue. It's gonna be a Bonza fall for a second. Flaming not playing with a pet, so he's gonna have limited CC capabilities, unless he's got a succubus hiding somewhere out here. It looks like he's playing it solo right now. It is going to be Secret Technique as LFG getting hit with a Mortal Call. He's going to go for a second vanish, so he's burned all of his vanishes. He does have an Immolation Aura on him. He does also have access to a Shadow Meld, but without a Cloak of Shadows, he's not going to be able to use the Shadow Meld cleanly. So at this point, I wonder if he's going to go for like a hit and run, Shadow Meld, re-stealth, and then go again right after. That may be an opportunity for him here. But as long as if only Flaming had a succubus, I feel like the succubus just helps to deal with the rogue so easily. A rogue skulks around, get himself an opener, succubus veers him away, get a shot immediately. It's going to be a wall for Flaming, committing a big defensive. Does LFG commit any damage right after? His head goes in for the hit. And then the run. Emphasis on the run. Could be a port maybe for Flamin. We'll be able to get the angle on the guy. Not quite fast enough as LFG does dive into a re-stealth yet again. This is where the succubus would have been amazing, because then you can just send it behind the pillar to harass the rogue. Try to see if he can switch around. Does LFG stop him? Looks like he does not stop him at all. Are you playing the sacrifice build? Because I imagine it's going to be kind of annoying having to like sacrifice over and over. Succubus off to the side, Cloak of Shadows does have it back up, so those vanishes did come in handy. Eventually was able to get all of his codeds back up and available. Mortal Coil into LFG sucks with the fear right after. It's going to be a trinket. Vanish to follow. What are these vanishes? Third vanish of the night so far by the rogue. Into a Shadow Meld. My goodness. I just figured out what happened. He went in, tried to get a kick, missed it, Shadow Melded, got out of there. My goodness, this guy's just stealthing over and over and over. Yo, Blizz, come on, man. What are these re-stealths? Who let these rogues do this? Is the succubus nearby? Does rip the soul out of the rogue. This opener is going to be very, very, very not as deadly. Doesn't end up picking up the soul though. I think he was able to, looks like he was able to. He did sacrifice the succubus by the looks of it. Infernal is going to be fading away. Flamin tried to see if he go for a port. Needs to get himself an angle versus LG, but again, without the succubus, he just pull the rogue away from you out into the open. It is rough. Bonza fell around the corner. I don't think that attaches Sap to follow. And LG at this point does have yet another advantage going back in 5 seconds. Got himself a Sap, opener onto Flamin, Shadow Sap on top of it, Mortar Call to follow, gonna be Fear, no outs for this one. Flamin finally gets himself an opportunity to maybe have a proper go, does have himself at least one portal, yet another advantage out by the rogue, but that's not gonna be keeping him in stealth for long. Portal may be able to attach itself and start doing a bit of the extra shadow damage to LG. That is going to be good for him, or at least for Flamin for a bit here. For LFG, he's kind of limited what he can really do. Cloak of Shadows is back up, trying to see if he can catch a restealth. Flamin, I don't think I have a port available. Trying to go for a Sap, but it's fully DR'd. Nothing he can do about it. Does he have a Mortar Call? Not for a good bit, but does pick up the soul. He does rip it out of his body. And it's going to be Shadowy Duel to follow. Does Flamin have a way to turn this around at all, though? Have himself a port together with at least one portal available. No more Cloak of Shadows by the rogue, though. So now you kind of out and exposed. No trinket available. So next Mortar Call together with a Fear, maybe like a Chaos Bolt combo, could do the trick of that portal not letting the rogue catch a safe free stealth whatsoever until it ticks out. At this point, Flamin needs to make a play. He does have a Dark Pact, so maybe if you survive the Dark Pact opener, you may be okay. Trinket back up for LFG. Does have a Shadow Meld as well, so it's going to be really difficult to lock him down. Big eviscerates back-to-back. Mortar Call, Fear, most likely going to be forcing a trinket out of him. It is going to be a trinket. Juked out a kick, maybe going to be a Shadow Meld. Does go for the Shadow Meld as the portal is open, but he doesn't have any dots on the rogue, so he's going to be able to send himself forever. Wait a second, maybe that should have been the Shadow. Maybe should have went for a Shadow Crest there. Maybe that might have been the play. Because if you got the rogue out, you had a portal, you got him out in the open, that would have been perfect for you. Blind by LFG. Dude, he's got a vanish back up again. Are you actually dancing in front of this guy? What is this? You got a vanish back up. What is this, dude? Cheap shot. I think it's just over. I think LFG just rotated through how many Cloaks of Shadows right now? He's got a third one coming up in just a second here. Okay, Kurochi gonna be up next as a Frosty Death and try to see if he can go for big damage on LFG into a gouge by the rogue as he's trying to see if he can escape away from the Death Knight. Is going to be able to go Shadow Stepping around him. Does not have an out for a good bit. Evasion is available. Chi Death is active in case he needs one. Cloak of Shadows in case he wants to use it. So he's got himself actually a lot of defenses to work with here. Kurochi dropping down Death Indicate to make it more difficult for the rogue to really catch himself a proper reset. Does end up hitting him with a Frost Fever. Definitely needs to get back over there as soon as possible, but the rogue is just outrunning the guy. Can't really do much in order to chase after him unless you get a Chains of Ice on the guy. Definitely needs to go for Chain of Ice. Where's the ghoul? The ghoul, I guess, is a Frost Death that since you can control the ghoul, it's not gonna attack the rogue immediately, which is kind of unfortunate. Maybe not, or maybe he did get over there eventually. I don't even know. Rogue play still has something to 1-1 exactly. If for sure, I'm sure. For sure. Yeah. Gonna be a big Dragon Strike for Kurochi. Does go super low, trying to steal some health from the rogue, but at this point, that full go by the rogue with the Shadow Dance and everything, there's only so much Kurochi can do. Dropping out of the dome to try to see if he can pick up an eye. But right now for LFG, he does have Shadow Meld coming back up in a bit here. Trinket back up, Evasion as well, has a blind, so actually could probably have a go and just end Kurochi right here. So then Chicago would be the last one left. Does get himself the opener, get a shot. No odds by the Death Knight. I think it's just over right now. Doesn't even need to commit a lot at this point. Gonna be Chicago immediately going in for a Flame Shock onto the rogue. Do you really want to give him an auto deal with Chicago? I don't think you have the opportunity to even let him do that, especially as a rogue, man. It's gonna be root around the corner. Shamans actually do have a pretty good goes versus rogues, as we've seen yesterday over in the EU. Elemental Shamans and Enhancement Shamans apparently slam rogues and dunk their heads into toilets, man. Apparently. Gouge off of that secret technique. LFG just trying to see if he can give himself a little bit of a breather, trying to find himself a reset if possible. Chicago not letting him do that at all. Ghost Raptors joining in order to get a little bit extra damage towards the rogue as well, so keep him out of cell. Does have advantage going back up, so could go for advantage. Light Lancer has a trigger for it. It's going to be a static totem, and Chicago can just back up a little bit, maintain their health as best as possible. They will be okay. Advantage out of the rogue, but they still do have a dot. If you can deny the rogue a release right now. Oh no, the Sam though. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you catch him. Unless you could root him around the corner, maybe. Maybe a stun totem as well. Yet another sap. Does he have flame shocks on him? He's good. He's clean. Knock back for a second. Does go for the step. Trick out of Chicago. Pre-walling a lot of this damage as best as possible. Going to be Gouge right after LFG. Trying to see if he can buy himself as much time. That Gouge is so perfect for it. Just goes in for the Gouge. Backs up away. Earth Elemental is going to try to see if he can deny the Rogue and it kind of resell. Chicago is kind of good and limited on what they can do. Next Kitten Shot can be really deadly. Cloaker Shot is for the Rogue. Blind off of that Ascendance, which was a good move, but the Rogue is able to counter it. Though the Rogue is unable to come to a proper resell. The Ghost Raptors are going to pressure him. Maybe if they're doing just enough damage, they may be able to proc out Cheat Death. Dance to follow. Secret Technique. Chicago may be in a lot of trouble. Does get himself the Guardian activated. Cheat Death for the Rogue. Oh, somehow Chicago makes it on alive on that one. I am actually so surprised by this. How are you alive? Blood Dagger kind of out in the open. Does get a hit for the Flame Shock. Chicago, I think Blood Dagger was trying to go for a bit of an auto with Chicago, but it's so late into dampening, there's no way that it's going to happen. And Chicago's just like, I got to get a Flame Shock. If I won't even have a chance of winning, I got to be proactive. But at this point, you go into a freshly healthy Rogue with a full flagellation. Not much can be done at that point. And a Rogue takes 3 this evening. Let's get ourselves another going here, boys. Yeah, uno mas, uno mas. Let me know, either Chicago or Blood. Let me know if you guys are missing any bodies that can maybe help out here and there. Duels. Soul's asking if I'm doing duels. I'm just casually gaming. We're just doing duels tonight, man. Get our duels out of the way. Got a spot? Airless, potentially. I'm trying to see if Blood Dagger needs more bodies. We're missing 2? Yes, then we do. Invite. And I can host and I can take over the group and do all the good stuff. Where are we at on NA? We did a lot of these duels yesterday, didn't we? 110? Huh? Okay, pass lead. Pass lead. Okay, you did it quick. Yeah, Airless, we got a spot, my guy. You want to join in? It is a lot of rogues on this team, though. It is like LFG and Blood Dagger on this team. So it is a lot of rogues. We might need to have you guys all go assassin, or at least one of you go outlaw. We might need to do that. It's a lot of rogues. To make it a little bit interesting, we can't be having no sub rogues, I don't think. So come on, guys, go assass. Gotta I suggest 2 assass, 1 outlaw. If we have this many rogues. You guys should all just do rolls in the group. Whoever gets the low roll gotta play outlaw. Everybody else gets a sass. Because we can't have all of you as subtlety, dude. Imagine 3 rogues on one team, all subtlety. I'll go outlaw, don't worry. It's an idea. It is a pager. You want to join, my guy? We got one spot actually open if you want to join in. Chicago's ready with our group. We need one more spot on this team, and we'll be set as well. If you want to join us, my guy, now's the time to do it. Or if you're just chilling, hanging out, all good to go. All good, my friend. Don't worry about it. Yeah? Okay. So the groups are listed. They're listed in Raids Legacy as per usual. You're more than welcome to join us, my guy. More than welcome to. Legacy, yes, Legacy. If you go Legacy, type in number 5 in the search. In the browser field, hit number 5, enter. You should be able to see the group fairly quickly. We should be potentially at the top, but I could be wrong. Conan, huge. All right, so this group is ready. We'll see how many sub rogues we have. I am gonna. It's a lot of rogues in the team, but so I know that Airless would go outlaw. But if we have like at least a variety of rogue specs, then at least it could be kind of fun. It is a lot of rogues, but we'll see. What's up, Bluggy? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. I haven't done enough PvP on a monk and cut off on a Sam. I'd totally be interested in enjoying these tonight. Wolf of Ice, don't worry about it, my guy. You're always welcome to. If you just want to give it a try, even with the current gear you got, you're more than welcome to give it a go. Or if you just want to chill, you're good to go, my guy. Honestly, don't worry about it. I am hoping that maybe we'll do some kind of like a Conquest catch-up thing or whatever, or maybe just uncap Conquest. It would be kind of nice to just be like, you know what, let's just grind out the full set of PvP gear. Now that MMRs should be going up little by little, it should hopefully be easier to like, what is it, push and stuff and get all the achievements and all those things. I think I'll give Blood Dagger lead again because that worked out last time. Swap tunes. Okay. Chicago, are we good to go? Ready? Because now we're good on our team. Unless if they kill check, that will be kind of not good. But otherwise we're chilling. Just double check with the Chicago. Are we the Blade's Edge? Let's do Black Cold, man. Because EU was like, yo, no Blade's Edge, dude. No edge, no edge. Not there yet? Oh, Annie, I guess is with Chicago, aren't they? Okay, cool. We'll give them a second then. Who se virai through group? Ya e Chicago. Ya e Chicago. How is Rogue with Dragon Temporal Blades and Amplifying Poison doing? Still viable? For like PvE content? Yes. Yes, it is still really, really strong. It is kind of the go-to. And maybe explain the tier set for Desert Warlock for me. I don't understand what it does. Is there a Desert Warlock out here with a tier set? Not this guy. I don't think a lot of Desert Warlocks play the tier set in PvP, do they? Yeah, this guy has it though. So channel Demon Fire bolts ability. Whenever you use Demon Fire, right? Channel Demon Fire ability, which is your talent of Channel Demon Fire. The talent plays around Demon Fire. So using Channel Demon Fire, using Incinerates and Immolates, you have a chance to summon an additional Demon Fire bolt. It's like a Shadow Flame version of a Demon Fire bolt. These bolts do 50% additional damage to your current target that you're targeting right now. So like, let's say like you're channeling Demon Fire and hits a bunch of people, your primary target will take additional damage from those bolts. So it's just free damage. It's just free passive damage whenever you press Demon Fire, channel Demon Fire, Immolate, or Incinerate. Anytime one of those Demon Fire bolts happens, every time it fires, your fire damage is increased by 1% for 13 seconds. Stack it up to 8 times. But the stacks and the buff does not refresh itself. So you'll have like a stack up from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and then it'll at some point gas out. And then build it back up to 8, it'll gas out. Then you build it back up to 8, it'll gas out. Pressing Channel Demon Fire resets the stacks immediately since you're firing a bunch of bolts. And usually every time you press Channel Demon Fire, usually you get like the 8 stacks very, very quickly. Because you just summon a lot of bolts, a lot of instances of damage. You usually can stack it up very, very quickly. So that's what that does. So it basically is like 8, 7, 6% on average fire damage increase, but it's fairly consistent. It has a really, really good uptime. So it's a lot of extra fire damage bonus. All right, so I think we're all ready to go. Annie is in, and I got... Who else messaged me? Nope. Nope. Unless they can do a cheesy one-shot something. Yeah, unless I can do cheesy one-shot or something. Variana asked if tanks are allowed. Tanks are generally not allowed unless they can do some really, really funny, really, really cheesy, like some kind of a crazy, crazy big one-shot. Yeah, so it isn't really viable in PvP. I mean, it can be useful in PvP, but it's not really strong. Like Chrysler said, like you wouldn't really want to use Channel Demon Fire within PvP. It's an interruptible ability. It isn't really worth it. The amount of times you put up Incinerates and Immolates you put up as much as you can, but the amount of time Incinerate is kind of low. You mostly use it for bursts, so it's not common enough for you to even get the tier set. It's at this point it's better to go for more versatility and more of your whatever primary stat you would stack. I guess like Mastery. Or, yeah, I guess Mastery would be the play. But you could give the tier set a go. Like, its tech should be pretty good. But, yeah, it's just the ability of Channel Demon Fire is not really worth using in PvP as it is right now. And it's just not strong enough. Like, if it was a Giga buff, then you would play it either way. But right now, it's not that big of a Giga buff. So you wouldn't really play it at the moment. So Twitch. Gonna be, looks like LFG sucks first up versus Annie. Starting off as a shot up and trying to go for mind games immediately versus the Rogue. Cloaker Shot is activated. Annie taking a lot of damage off the bat as the Rogue just absolutely ripping him apart with that secret technique. Does have himself the mind better to keep him a little bit of company back there. And he does end up using up a lot of defensive abilities. Everything from Desperate Prayer to a but actually, hold on to PI for now. Disperse as well as a Vampiric Embrace. So all these things used all at once. Trying to go for a bit of a eruption. Maybe one of these bolts attacking him and the Rogue. It looks like they don't. The barrage of just shadow cascading outwards doesn't quite connect. The Rogue is dotted, taking a bit of damage, but looks like might be able to get himself a proper reset here unless he could somehow Shadow Crash. Maybe that connected? I feel like that should have... I think that did connect. Maybe if Eddie could get on top of him, maybe go for a stun and Rogue. Maybe they'll be okay. Now I'm starting to think the Shadow Crash maybe did not connect. Stun immediately onto Annie. Does not really have an answer right now. Could go for Shadow Mode. Does go for a Fear onto the Rogue. No trick available. LFG Sucks is kind of out in the open. It's going to be DPs back-to-back. Stun as they go for Shadow Step into a Mind Games. Doing quite a bit of damage. Does have advantage in order to escape. Shadow Crash around the corner. But it looks like he's still taking a bit of damage behind the pillar. Mindbender joining in, so he's going to end up putting a bit of pressure on him. Siphon to follow as well. So if you can put LFG Sucks out in the open, it's going to be kind of difficult for him to really catch himself a proper reset. Might be another advantage for the Rogue. He does go for the second advantage. Others still dots on him. They are. So if Andy can be quick enough here, maybe they can hit him with a Fear. Stun. If you can survive this, maybe a big Fear, maybe a big setup. Disperse to follow. Definitely to have himself a go. Gouge while disperses up to give LFG an out of this situation. Interesting. Andy get hit with a sap. LFG almost get hit with a Fear. Does have a trick and back up. Does have vanish back up at this point. So for Andy right now, it's a lot of cooldowns for him to try to manage here. That cooldown reduction with Vanish, by the way, is kind of nuts. Like, the more I see it, like, the rogues that end up cheesing out Vanishes, like, super try hard cheesing. It's just kind of like, it's kind of disgusting. It's kind of really good. It reminds me of the Outlaw Rogue back at SL when they were going for the Vanish cooldown reduction. That was insane, and this is pretty close, if not exactly the same. Cloaker Shot is immediately for LFG, trying to see if he can have himself a go versus Annie, and then try to see if he can play defensive Dark Ascension to follow into a blind right after, as the Rogue is going to go for a bit of a reset. Got himself yet another advantage back up and available, and Andy got himself at least a little bit of healing. Eyes are back up, I think, on the other side, but not going to go picking him up. Might actually be a situation where you want to pick him up anyway, as LFG is skulking back out. Does not have a cloak. She does still available, has an out with advantage as well as a Shadow Meld. So for Annie, he needs to play perfectly here in order to be able to deal with the Rogue. Gonna be a Shadow Strike, in no fear. Kidney Shot to follow. Does he have a big go? Secret Technique, putting Annie very low. Cheat Shot right after is gonna be the Aegis Fear to follow. Does not have an out for this one. Annie gonna go for the Mind Games. Gonna be Vanish out of the Rogue immediately. Do you have any outs? Or this one, you definitely gotta go for a heal. Gonna be dispersed as a heal. LFG does come out of stealth in the last second with a Shadow Strike. Stun to follow, and at least able to get some dots. Dark Ascension right after. Got himself lots of wood eruptions. LFG does not want to hang around whatsoever. Gives Annie an opportunity to go for at least a little bit of healing. This is gonna be the Rogue's stealth, getting himself out in the open. Gonna be getting shot to follow. Does he have an out? Big time go maybe? Annie, oh, does end up going down with Haster. Trying to see if he can add the Rogue right now, fully dotted up. Does have a Shadow Fiend chasing after him as well. Haster needs to get in there as soon as possible. Go for the Shadow Board Death. Vanish coming back up in about 10 seconds for the Rogue. So Haster kind of has a limited time until the Rogue goes down. Does he just die to the dots maybe? The Shadow Fiend is doing a lot of work right now. Gouge to follow. Cheat Death maybe? Does have a Cheat Death. Sipping Cup. Vanish last second. Cloak of Shadows. Oh my god, the escapes for these Rogues. It's just like, it feels like it's impossible to punish a Rogue. It feels like no matter what you do, even if they play kind of like decently or like half decently, or if they make a mistake even, forget about that, forget to play decent. If the Rogue even makes a mistake, you can always just correct them with the Vanish. It is so crazy how good this is. It is kind of nuts. I'm surprised it's still in the game. I'm surprised it's still keeping it. It is nuts. Hates to try to see if he can maybe find himself an eye. As a Shadow Priest, I don't even know what you can do in this situation, because you can't really catch up to a Rogue that easily. Technically, Shadow Priests do have mobility, but like, for PvE, I think it works out better, but with a slow PvP just kind of counters entirely. LFG trying to see if he can get himself a big go. That's going to be Shadow Crash on him. Gouge into Haster, trying to see if he can get out of there. And that's going to be Haster having to slow down a little bit. Flash of light, heal in order to catch up. Does have dots on the LFG at the very least. So if he can maintain those dots, maintain the pressure, you might be okay. Sap around the corner as LFG just trying to see if he can get himself a full escape. Although it is very hard for Haster. Does get himself a re-stealth, stun to follow. Haster with the Shadow Crash, has a wood eruption, going to be an intro by LFG, got himself a decent setup. Vanish going back up very soon, has himself a blind in case he ever needs to. Full Secret Technique onto Haster, has himself the Death Prayer available, cheap shot to follow. Fear right after, no trick unavailable. Haster trying to go for big wood eruption, but the Rogue is going to dive into Vanish immediately as soon as he gets hit with a bolt. Does still have dots on him though, however. So for Haster, maybe an opportunity to get back over there. Needs to stay in combat some way, somehow. The Rogue is going to end up getting sapped for the guy. Looks like he's out of dots entirely. With the Cloak of Shadows going back up in just a handful of seconds. Honestly, I do wonder if a Shadow Priest can do anything at this point. This guy's actually kind of crazy. The real question is cheese or meat? Like, is that a question? I prefer it. Like, if I Asiago cheese or like a steak, I'd probably go with steak if I had a choice. Big water eruption onto LFG. Acer trying to see if he can maybe pressure, but a Cloak of Shadows is going to cancel out a lot of this burst. The side feed, as well as the tentacles, do attack LFG though, but he decided, you know what, while I have Acer locked down, I'm actually going to back up. Might have been a disperse situation actually. But it's going to be a Mad Master Trinket for Haster, or for LFG rather. Does get hit with a Shadow Crash, gouge into Haster, but looks like he does have a Rupture on the guy, so it's going to be able to break him out. Try to see if he can tap to the Rogue, but I don't think he's going to be able to easily. Sap or to restealth by LFG, so at least he can get himself full out. Vanish going back up in just a handful of seconds. Does have a blind in case he really needs to get himself out of this situation. And Haster, Tricky going back up too. Actually, the Rogue got a lot of ways right now to get out. So for Haster, it's going to be, I think, basically very difficult or maybe near impossible to lock down the Rogue at this point. Honestly, get a shot onto Haster, does go for Trinket, Fear onto LFG sucks with an interrupt on the Shadow, actually putting a lot of pressure on the Shadow, but he's stunned to follow right after. Got himself a full Shadow Crash to follow blind, but that's going to be a opportunity for LFG to at least get himself a full reset, has himself vanish in case he needs to. Haster pushing in, but yet it doesn't sap, dude. This is what I mean, like the mobility of a Priest. Even if you got doubted by the Rogue, or anything, you got doubts on a Rogue, try to catch up, to get back into combat. It's so difficult for you to catch up fast enough before you drop combat yourself, and then to counter the Rogue sap, it is also kind of difficult too. I think at this point, you're just kind of hoping that maybe your Shadowboard Pain will go off before their sap. That's about all he can really do in that situation. But also, for Rogue, he's usually in stealth anyway, you know? He dives into stealth real quickly, lands a sap, gets around you. What do you do? I guess you could maybe like predict and hopefully fear. Shadow Crash onto LFG, try to see if he can veer out of it. Big secret technique onto Haster, force it out, disperse. And this is where LFG actually has a lot of potential damage right now. Try to see if he can stay on top of Haster as best as possible. Has a, or no Trinket? I thought he had a Trinket for a second. Does get himself yet another restealth into Shadow Strike yet again. Shadow Blades to follow. Haster under a ton of pressure. Could be an interrupt right here. Haster needs to play this perfectly. Otherwise, he's just dead. And even then, it's just going to be a full secret technique ripping him apart. Oh my goodness, dude. Subtlety is disgustingly good. Okay, we might just have to ban Subtlety Rogues, honestly. Might just have to ban this spec. We'll play Rogue again against a Rogue, so dumb. We actually might just have to ban Subtlety. I think that cooldown reduction, like if you play super heavily around CDR, and like you can see LFG, like he's just gonna be chilling behind the pillar until cooldowns are up. Like if you're gonna be playing this cheesily, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you're gonna play this cheesily, like I don't think there's a way to really lose as a Rogue. Well, we did have Grifka, I guess, yesterday. But even Grifka wasn't playing super cheesy, was it, chat? Yeah, we might just have to ban sub. Just swap Rogue up a little bit. Yeah, maybe we should keep it like a two-man Rogue team at the most for each team. Because imagine if this was 3 sub-Rogues per team, man. 3 sub-Rogues, 3 LFG successes over on Team 1 with the same gameplay. We might just go for 1v5 for all we know. Flame and try to see if he can maybe get some damage onto LFG. Finally gets a Succubus set up. Bonzafell, Trinket interrupt last second. Does go for the Shadow Crash into a wall. Got himself a Bonzafell Mortical running the Rogue out. Should do a little bit of damage. Fear to follow right after, but LFG got himself yet another advantage. Cloak of Shadows to cover his opener. Get a shot right after. Does he have the Succubus to maybe via the Rogue last second away from Secret Technique? Potentially. Goes over yet another cheap shot. Succubus does not join in just yet into a full Infernal down versus LFG, but he goes into Shadow Mode. The Infernal does get him out in the open into Portal 1, Portal 2. Big Chaos flying in. Lots of Chaos damage just pouring out of these portals. LFG, does he have any outs for this one? She does go down. Apparently, she does get used at some point. When did he use She Death? Wait, hold on. When did he actually use She Death? She Death apparently procced at some point. Blood Dagger opened it up onto Flamin with a Garrote to follow. What the? I don't know if Kuratsuchi meant to do that. Did it? Does the dragon even do anything? I don't even know if the dragon does much, honestly. But it's going to be Spikes back to back on the Flamin. Trying to see if he can find himself a bit of a breather. Big Incinerates flying in on Blood Dagger, but the Rogue is going to catch himself a quick re-stealth as the damage comes out. Smoke Bomb to follow. Cloak of Shadows trying to see if he can find himself a bit of a breather versus Kuro, as he got himself a little bit of more winter. But unless you're right planted on top of the Rogue with that wintry aura, you're not really going to be able to find him. Try to see if he can drop down Death and Decay. He's almost making himself the red bloody carpet on the way towards the eyeball, as Blood Dagger try to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of recuperation. This is where Kuro needs to be on the mount searching for the rogue. You got yourself a little bit of time, maybe a second eye that you could use in order to find him, but does end up catching a big stunt to follow, does get himself a big proc as well, together with a tier set, as well as a rune weapon. Potential lots of damage right now. Blood Dagger does go in for an evasion, but Blind is going to be able to bypass it real quickly. Got himself Breath? Is that a thing Death Knight's run for PvP? I imagine you wouldn't, because you won that all the runic power for Death Strikes, wouldn't you? Maybe I'm wrong on that. Freak's gonna be up next, summoning up the Gargoyle, gonna be a full pets coming up, Obscura dropping in a full IBF, maybe a deathmatch situation, may just want to rotate into a dome as soon as possible, because he just doesn't really have much out to work with. Gonna be a stun onto Freaks, does at least drop down a full CC onto these pets, but at this point, as long as the ghouls, as long as the Gargoyle all get to do their damage, they'll be a-okay. But Freak's trying to see who's gonna be up next. Is it Conan? Looks like, I think it's... Is it supposed to be Conan? I'm not even sure who's supposed to be next. I guess Chicago? I guess it is last one, Chicago, actually. Never mind, it is only Chicago left over. But Chicago, can Chicago fight the Freaks, Aerolus, and then Conan right after him? As an enhancement, potentially. Does get gripped in. That's going to be Freaks with no help whatsoever. Then Chicago able to blast through him fairly quickly. Is it going to be Conan next? It looks like not Aerolus, because he's literally just kind of hanging out of the back. I think it is going to be Conan up next. Oh man, during the first SP when I got away at like 10k. Is that what that was? That's crazy. I didn't even notice, honestly. I gotta look at it again. Gonna drop it down the spear, does not quite connect with Chicago. Chicago looks like they're just kind of hanging back until maybe some cooldowns are back up and available. Does have the lightning lasso to follow into a totem down into Conan. Just trying to see if he can keep it at bay. At this point, you do want to turn around and I think blast out the totem when possible. It's only there for a handful of seconds, but those handful of seconds could be enough time for Chicago to get away and get himself quite a bit of recovery. Ghost Trap to join in. We are pretty high into dampening though for Chicago. Gotta play super well and try to go for as much self-healing or really just preventative DRs on defenses, maybe. Preventative damage reductions would be huge. Conan trying to go for mad executes, may just be able to overpower Chicago. Got himself pretty big defensive right now with Enrage Regeneration. Fear onto Chicago, trying to prevent any of those wind strikes. Mad executes still flying through. Chicago may be in a bit of trouble. Does end up going in for a Frost Shock at the very end into a burrow right after. Airless, last one left over for Team 1 as an Outer Rogue. As we're at that 13-minute mark, 74% dampening. You're actually not going to be able to heal for anything anymore, are you? Trying to drink up for mana as fast as possible, healing as much as you can. Honestly, I guess technically you could end up recovering all that health eventually, but that's going to be rough. Honestly, that's going to be rough. I am interested in how Airless is going to go for. He's going to go for the opener too. Roll 6, I was supposed to be last. I don't get it. Were you supposed to be last? I would have no idea then, Pedro. I have no idea then. I have no clue, man. Shane, my man, with the donut. Yo, can we get a hashtag Shane in chat, boys? Showed appreciation for the wall for the donut, my man. 10 bones on the dot. Thank you so much, my guy. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you. And with the secret KO, I like it. All right, Chicago full. Not full, but I think they're going to do it anyway. I think they're going to play it live either way there. Airless opening up with an ambush. Immediately ambushes right after. Got himself full ambush setup to follow. It's going to be static to him, trying to see if he can maybe prevent the rogue from getting any more access towards Chicago. Big alien blast from a distance. Airless will need to play preventative for these ones. Any kind of those alien blasts are going to be deadly. Does go for the Cloak of Shadows, got himself pistol shots, lots of crown points, and they're ready. Could go for the full go right now versus Chicago. Get his shots to follow. Got himself a big setup. Ambushes together maybe with a Viscerates. Ambushes and Viscerates. Got himself the Dreadblades and everything. So it's going to be a lot of damage that he is doing to Chicago. Absolutely just blasted through him with his finishes back-to-back. Blind to follow. Chicago goes in for a full Bloodlust. This is where Airless wants to back up for just a second, just to make sure he's not finding Chicago while they're fully beefed up and ready to go. Full cheap shot. Half a cheap shot, actually. So it wasn't even a full thing for Airless. It is going to be yet another Shadow Step. Ambush to follow. Raptors are back in. Next Cell Blast could be the end of you right now. Potentially, Airless trying to see if he can survive this. I think I mentioned last second, but I think Chicago will have a Frost Shock to follow. Does end up just kind of working down the road with all the elemental abilities little by little. And Chicago actually comes out with 3 kills at the end. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be literally just like Rogue going in for 1v5. Oh no. Let's get us another going here, boys, yeah? Oh, no mas. Ah, man. That classes are mainly a problem for rogues that don't have cloak and it prevents 3 stealths. I don't know, man. Looking at you, I know you played it. I don't even know if that classes. Yes, on paper they do, but like when you have double vanish, like has all that cooldown reduction, like it doesn't even feel like it's prevented re-stealth. I feel like you're sitting in stealth so much anyway. Like you always have an out every single time. It's ridiculously good. Trying to make it fun as a kid, it's a little word go before me. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Chicago needs a couple more bodies. If you guys want to join in Chicago, you're more than welcome to. The group is, I guess, going to be losing 1, but they got a group right now. Maybe they're swapping 1 guy out, but Chicago does have a 1 more. Blood Dagger, how are we doing, by the way, on your end, my guy? Do we need to swap in some more bodies or not? Because we should probably cut it down to like only 2 rogues per team. If you got, hey, my man, can I join? Well, welcome to. Chicago has a group listed. You could probably try to join them. The groups are listed over in the Raids Legacy section if you guys want to join up. I can just run around because rogue speed. As long as I hug him, I can't dot me again. That's what I was saying. Like with the Shadow Priest, like somebody in chat, I think it was yesterday or last week, said, "Well, now actually, Shadow Priests actually have a lot of mobility. You really do not consider Shadow Priest mobile, but you're probably looking at them in the wrong way." And I was like, okay, fair enough. Like in PvE content, like for dungeons and raids, they do have more mobility than I think they've ever had. I think compared to all the other classes, they're still low on the mobility scale, right? Like I don't look at a Holy Priest in raids and I'm like, oh, this guy's zooming left and right. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, it's a bit more mobility, but compared to like every other healer, he probably has the least in comparison. I mean, maybe like Paladin is another one. I can't find the group. So the group was listed over in the LFG Raids Legacy. We go to Error left. Invite. Maybe Error swapping over from Rogue to maybe like an alt or something. That could be it. Potentially. That or he's dipping. Not really sure. Error, let me know what you're doing, my guy. Because otherwise you can get like Cobra and some of the other boys in. But let me know. Are you swapping? Oh, swap to the team. Okay. Swap to the other team. That works out for me, man. Works out for me. Tricks is with me. Awesome. That works. So are we getting somebody on Team Chicago then? Or is it just going in to make sure that each team has a rogue? Because that would make it fair. Each team at least has a rogue. So rogues can shut each other down. I'm okay with that, actually. Pass me a lead real quick. Pass a lead real quick. If you can. Are you I know you Blood Dagger, you're probably like out there getting like attacked by somebody for all I know. Are you chilling? He's stealthy. Okay, good. You're chilling. Alright, so we got a group open actually. If you guys want to join, groups are listed over in the Raids Legacy section under 5V5 1V1 DUELS. If you want to find the group, go in the search, tap number 5 at the top of the search, and hit enter. And you're good to go. Yeah, I think it'll be fair to Error. I think that'll be probably the fairest way of going about it. Given each team of rogues, at least rogues can shut each other down, maybe. Potentially. Or at least rogues can just, if they fight each other, they can exert each other's cooldowns where the next person goes in and maybe can slap a rogue down. Or at least have more of like an even match against a rogue or whatever. Catching up. Bros catching up about restyle saps. Dude, yeah, it's just, for Priest, there's no way you're going to be able to counter a restyle sap, I think. Unless you got some crazy good mobility. Still gonna go Assas? Hell yeah, I like it. It's strange to press everything correctly and it still does not display your group. Are you EU Cobra or are you NA? Because I'm doing these over on the NA. Friday is the EU duels where you EU boys can join in. My nick is Cobrax. Were you there yesterday? I think you were there yesterday, weren't you? Yeah, you're EU then, my guy. Yeah, we did this yesterday on EU. Today we're doing them on NA. So maybe that's what would explain it. But Feed God, you can join in if you want, if you're NA, by the way. We got a spot right now if you guys want to join. But yeah, today we are doing them over on the region of NA. So Friday is EU, Saturday is over on the NA. Did Blood Dagger die or did it escape that one yet again? Because I feel like people just got a burst in it. Yeah, you just escaped. Oh yeah, you did escape. Okay, we still need one more. For some reason I looked at this, I was like, we're missing a guy. Nope, we're actually good. We are missing one to make a 5-man, but we are good otherwise. I get Dan in these, man? Do I get Dan in on these? Or B potentially? Maybe. Does he have it on the mother load? What the? Wait, what do you do? The mother load is level 61. Huh? Probably like a mount run, I guess, or something. Or engine run? Maybe. Does Sensei wanna join in? Hey, friend, wanna join duels? Here we go. Maybe get Sensei in here. Blood dagger, my goodness, dude, they're attacking you now. I was gonna say you should shadowy duel me so you can run away or something. Alright, Sensei does want to join in, so we're good to go, boys. With Sensei, we should be all set. Where is he? Huge. Cool. Alright, so now the groups are all good to go. Okay, hold on, let me do this. I think that's what I gotta do. Okay, now we should be good. Now we're set. And little baby Axio, mother, welcome to join us next time, my guy. Always welcome to join us. Okay, we're waiting. Okay, we're waiting on blood. Then good to go. Alrighty, Chicago, are we good to go, my guy? Are we all ready on your random? Oh god, if you're random a lot, you're gonna hate Sensei. Yeah, no, we had Sensei in last week. There was a, I mean, it's a monk, right? It's a very much a hit and run playstyle, so I don't disagree. But we got a lot of rogues last week too, so like Sensei and rogues fighting one another, it was a lot like hit and runs of big burst situations for both of them. And it was just like, if it surprisingly felt like it countered each other pretty well. Like rogues and monks countered each other out, but they both left each other with like no cooldown, so felt like a lot of people get to play. But no, I feel you though. I know what you mean though. But yeah, I do wonder if they'll end up addressing the rogues cooldown reduction with advantage. It's crazy how they, I mean, the Night Fae ability doesn't seem like super busted or anything. I think they ended up nerfing that from the original iteration. But the current one we have with advantage does seem very strong. Okay, I think we're good to go. Chicago's ready and everything. Leave? Cool. I guess we haven't done Blade's Edge, right? Time for the Blade's Edge, man. It wasn't nerfed in PvP, it would have been worse. If it was nerfed for PvP, isn't it 20 seconds? Because that's what I think the talent initially was for PvP. 20 seconds. Or am I wrong on that one? Because I think, so I know that they buffed the talent for PvE to make the whole side of the talent tree a little bit more like lucrative, but I think that it always was 20 seconds in PvP, wasn't it? And then when they increased it to like 30 seconds in PvE, they ended up adjusting it so it's still 20 seconds in PvP. 30 seconds reduction outside of PvP, but in PvP though, isn't it 20? Or like 15? Except the solo was in QF. Oh no, are we should we swap you out then? My bad. Whose group is Pedro in, by the way? Whose group is Conan in? Because maybe we could like do a quick switcheroo real quickly, just for one game, and then get back in for the next one. Just because the man is on the solo queue, dude. The only thing you can do is just leave solo queue, lose rating, and I don't think he wants to do that. Mine, with blood, right? Re-inv, I think. I gotta get a re-inv with blood. Okay. Yeah, we can do a quick switch up. So what we can do is this. We can search for somebody while Conan is in a queue. And if Conan's solo ends earlier before we find somebody, we'll just get it back in. If we get a body while he's in, then we will... Yeah, we'll just run that guy. I'm confusing myself trying to put it together. Trying to explain, like, okay, here's the big brain plan, boys. It's really simple. 970k HP outside of meta. So what much HP do you have inside of meta? Like 1.1 maybe? 1.2? 1.3? 1.5? That's a lot. Yes. Okay, so what we'll do is this. I need to get lead passed to me real quick. And Get Conan out, open up the group, do all the things. Pass, lead, plus. Where are you, Blood Dagger? Are you over here? Okay. I was thinking you would get attacked or something. Okay, so Conan, we're gonna remove for now. But whenever you're back, my guy, let me know. Alright, groups are open. We got a spot right now while Conan is in the solo queue really quickly. I'll try to end this fast. Go for it, my man. We'll just keep it open in LFG. If you are done with it, if you get done, just resign up and we'll get you back in. Looking for one more. Let me update Chicago. Looking for +1. Had guy take their solo queue. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so we got a spot available. If you guys want to join us over on the NA, we got a spot up right now. If you guys got homies you want to invite to these, you're more than welcome to invite them as well. But we got a spot available over for the team Blood. Chicago, I think, is still good to go, hopefully. But we need to know más. How easy have they made it to catch up? Actually, really easy. Very quick. Catching up right now in Dragonflight is really, really quick. Like whether you're doing PvE catch up or PvP. Because whatever, like Conquest, for example, right? Conquest, I guess I can't really see Conquest in this character. But Conquest is like the caps just add on to each other every single week. So the maximum cap, if you could just grind through enough PvP, you get yourself all the conquests in the world, you can just catch up with conquest gear very, very quickly. Crafted gear, also catch ups are available as well. With crafted gear, like doing any endgame activities like killing bosses and raids, dungeons, competitive PvP stuff, you can get the sparks and then crafted gear with those very, very quickly. You'll be able to damn it. Chicago's like, damn it. I like that. Curses, that's what it is, curses. That's so good. But yeah, catching up is really, really quick. I haven't played in a few months. Want to try to do some heroic this year. Yeah, catching up is really quick. Like all the flight stones that you get with this season and crests in order to upgrade your gear, all that, the caps also stack up and just extend with one another. They all just add up. So if you look at your catch up, you can just grind them out and get the stuff you need. I would recommend doing like at least like a couple of boss kills, maybe like a normal heroic if you're still behind on gear, like if you still haven't got your tier set, because that would be pretty big. And then maybe grind out dungeons like 15s or 16s or something for like your heroic crests or for your mythic crests. I guess like 11 to 15 for heroic, so you could do like 11s if you wanted to, just to make it as quick as possible. And then 16s and 17s, probably 17s for gear, because the gear you can get from dungeons is pretty good, and if you can upgrade it with the other crests, that's also really good too. If you can get into groups for like 16s and 17s. Those would be the ideal keystone levels. But yeah, catching up is really quick. How are you? Love the videos. What's up, Caddy? How you, my man? Hope you having a good, my guy. Looking for one of my boys. Do we have any more boys in reality that maybe I can invite? Hold on a second. Maybe I can get somebody in. Bald? Bald haven't played in a good bit. Bald Tress? I don't think that's Bald. Because the account is connected with a homie or family member or something. Walmart Rogue? Do we get Lux in these, man? Do we get a feral trade, maybe? We could maybe see if Lux is around. If Lux was joined in. Hold on, Lux. Oh, he's already in arena. Okay. I was gonna be like, yo, wanna join in? Walmart Rogue, I like it. Short B. What'd you say? Short B. Lobral. What the hell is that? Etich. He just keeps me. Okay, last one I can read, but I have no idea what that word is, honestly. A grab, I think it is? I'm not sure. I think Chicago said something like, damn it, do something, these capitalist pigs. So, it's... What's cool about Google Translate is it doesn't do grammar super well, so some stuff comes out like, it's hard to explain, but it's janky, like grammatically, word-wise, word choices. It has like some words that are used in very specific situations, because you can have couple of words that mean the same thing, but those words are a different version of that word would be used in different situations in different sentences. So it's just like there's just a little bit of like charming awkwardness where Google Chrome or Google Translate doesn't quite get it right. You know what I mean? Just doesn't quite do it right. But it's like, oh, I get what you're trying to say, but it's also like, it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, but it also puts a smile on my face anyway. You know what I mean? It's like not quite right, but I get what you're trying to do. I get it. Yo, Lath, are you still around, my guy? Wanna join us? Yeah, it's Jace and this. So Yashi Ruski. It's Jace. Okay, to explain to you what you said, I know what you're trying to say, Chicago. Okay, this is extra funny for me because I know Russian, and anybody else that knows Russian, you probably find it funny too. The rest of you guys have no idea what the hell's going on. You're like, what the hell is this supposed to be? What is even happening? Wait, Blood Dagger blasted somebody. What the? That guy's just dead. That guy's dead. Basically, Chicago, the way I know what you were trying to write, but this is what it came up with. I hear, like the word hear, I hear real Ruski Russian Dal. I hear real Russian Dal. Dal, I guess, yeah. That's basically how it came out. It's, yeah, I know you're trying to say like I'm a real Russian doll. I know that's what you're trying to put together, like I'm a real Russian doll, but like the way Google Translate is like I hear real Russian doll. It's almost like the words are separated completely. Прости, за то, что на русском, но просто по английскому прям плохо понимаю, почему я не вижу в группе. Потому что у нас вчера дуэли были в Европе, сегодня дуэли в Америке, в NA. Пятница на EU, суббота в NA. Потому что не можешь увидеть группы. Да, я думаю, ты играл вчера в европейских дуэлях, да? Ты Warlock был там, ты думаю. Поэтому, потому что пятница Европа, суббота NA, Америки, все там региона. Русские чуть-чуть забываю, но надеюсь, сейчас понятно. Oh my god, американский шпион. Okay, this is gonna be too much Russian, and we're doing NA duels. Probably not the best time to do it. Chicago basically said American spy. Dela Yushi. I have no idea what that meant. I have no clue at that point. Thank you so much for saying everything. Yes, played yesterday. Yeah. So today is NA, yesterday is Friday is EU. Пятница у нас пятница европейский регион, суббота американский регион. Dally Rush is very good. Nequans, no, it's not. It is really bad. Stop lying to me. I love you, but don't lie to me. It is really bad, man. I don't use it that often. I forget it pretty badly. Hey, Beat. Wanna join Duels, friend? Now he's out of his arena. I'm gonna see if he wants to join some. Get him in here. If he wants to, honestly. Honestly, if he wants to. Kathmandu? I like them actually. It's really good. Wow. That's really good. Wow. We'll try to see if we can get him in. Otherwise, Conan at this point should be coming back soon, yeah? Hopefully in a bit here. Down 1.6 million meta. Oh my god, dude. That is a lot of health. That is a lot of health. By the way, I was trying to get some keys done on a plus 16 on my Proud Warrior who's like 408 item level. The dungeon hits so hard, sometimes I'm just charging into a bunch of mobs. And like with all the auto attacks going off at once, I just get smacked. And this is with a shield block and everything. I charge in, and if I don't hit him with a demo shout instantly, I could just sometimes get auto attacked all at once and just die in a single second. It was fun. I actually enjoyed it because it was like, wait, I have to play my defenses super well and like really think about stuff. I couldn't really sit in battle stance the entire time. I had to go in battle stance, get some aggro, defensive stance, and shoot back and forth. It was really cool, man. I actually enjoyed it. It was kind of nutty. Like, I don't normally really get to play tank where I'm like constantly under pressure, but it's like really cool. That's brave, dude. I was having a lot of fun actually. But the healer, it felt like his healing was a little bit weird though. It felt like he was just like putting, I guess they do like a life bloom healing where they just kind of put a life bloom on the tank and they don't really do much. But I felt like the guy was like going aggressive more than healy on me. So it just felt like, oh my god, there's so much pressure. I feel like if he did more healing to me, maybe it would have been safer. But I feel like it was also a good challenge for me. Like, okay, can I live? Because Bratwari doesn't have a lot of self-healing. But I had to really rotate my cooldown, CC, kiting, everything. It was kind of nice, honestly. You got him out? Okay, motherfucker, join him, my guy. We got a spot. Actually, I think we got like 2 spots available. Since it backed out as well. Unfortunate. But we'll try to see if we can get a group together. Kevin? Oh, Kevin and Conan? Let's go. We got ourselves the boys in here. Yo, Kevin, I know a man. Hey, Kevin. Okay, group is ready. Delissa would be good to go. Beautiful. We got Blood here as the lead. And we'll queue up Chicago. Hopefully they're ready as well. What arenas have we done so far? Blade's Edge. No, we never got to do Blade's Edge, did we? I don't think we did. I'm not going to do Blade's Edge. I'm going to do Dalaran Sewers. Just so these melee don't have to worry about dealing with all these casters. We'll do a Blade's Edge at some point, but I think we'll go through all the other arenas and then we'll do Blade's Edge as like a treat for me. Because I like Blade's Edge a lot. I think it looks visually really, really good. But hopefully we'll be good to go. Hell yeah. Просто Dalaran проводит. Hold on, what is it? Проводит политика. What? Vikanti, I'm pretty sure that's all. It's all Russian, but I'm having a hard time. It's a lot of long words in there. What? Discriminations? What do you mean? What is this? Dalaran is promoting discrimination based on the calendar organization. All I said is today's Saturday, so today's an A day, man. I guess you can try to spin it as like today is so Friday is NA discrimination, then Saturday is EU discrimination day based on our holy calendar. Oh my god, I feel like I'm the only one that finds that sentence funny. Okay, is it working? Are we joining? Are we good? Are we not good? I'm trying to request a queue. Are we good now? We queued. Oh, we're good. Okay, it took a second. Sorry about that, boys. I have no idea what happened. But we're back. Actually playing the game now. You know what? I want to restart that song, dude. I like that one a lot. That's a good mix. That's a good little mix with just a couple of songs back to back. Alright. NA. We gotta catch up, man. Normally, NA has a ton of games done by now. But so far, we've been a little bit on the slower end. We gotta catch up, man. These some rookie numbers. Ooh, we got an evoker? What? Is it gonna pop off? I would love to see an evoker pop off. Switch. Got ourselves, oh god, going through space and time here. Airless over for the team 1. We got a Haster on the team is Shatterface Kurochi. We got ourselves 1 Shadow. Oh, interesting mog. Wait, what is that mount? That thing looks so pixelated. I think you can see the Jaggies on this thing. What the? It's Jaguar with a bunch of Jaggies on there. Got ourselves Chicago as well. Versus a team of just a raw amount of melee with Blood Dagger on the team together with LFG Sucks. We got ourselves Kevin Landers making a big return as a Arms Warrior with Conan back of the Fury as well as Freaks. Looks like gonna be first up with Haster, hitting him with a quick stun. Gonna be a stun by the pet, going in for a big old nod. Haster dotting up everything. Mainly to go. I don't think they're playing Shackle and Dead on, I guess, say on Holy Death Knight, at least in the duel scene. But as long as you can CC that pet, you'll be in a great spot. Going to be root onto one of the pets. Fear onto Freeze. Does he have an out for this one? It looks like he's going to be able to go for the ledge board. Trying to see if he can go for some counter offensive as Haysha goes in for a full PI. Vampiric Reds, everything available. Wait, just a lot of shadow damage for Freeze to deal with. Got himself the AMS, but it may not hold. Just needs a couple more Void Bolts together with the Executes. May just have him here. Trying to see if he can live past the shadow phase. Got himself pets fully ramped up, but Haysha is going to be able to send all of these undeads straight into the void. Son onto Haysha immediately by LFG is going to go for a trinket. Got himself a bit of a fake to try to see if he can dodge the secret technique. I think he was able to do so. Stun onto LFG with a Shadow Crash to follow. Needs a bit more damage. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Does have Disperse in case he needs to. Gouge to follow, but looks like the rogue gets some dots on the guy. Looking for an interrupt. Doesn't quite get one. And Haysha got himself a little bit of damage. Mindful Insanity does get him trapped on Shadow. Lots of damage onto LFG though. Haysha may be in trouble. There goes the Disperse. LFG is going to go for a blind, but he does give Haysha at the very least an opportunity to catch a reset. Sap to follow. LFG does have dots on him, and Haysha maybe can go for a fear. Stun does not have an out for this one. Made to go for desperate prayer immediately. Does not get a desperate prayer in between. Dragon trying to see if he can just blast out the rogue with a disintegrate. I'm surprised the wingspan of that did not connect with the rogue. One Shadow is just gonna, I guess, maybe try to live up to his name, try to see if he can one-shot LFG, because the rogue does have a Cloak of Shadows, does have a trinket, as well as a Shadow Meld, so he's kind of limited on his outs right now. But he may be okay. One shot taking a lot of damage in the opener, as the Evokers. Cheap shot right after. That's a lot of output. No secret technique just yet. One shot does end up getting hit with a secret technique. Gouge to follow. As long as there's no dots on him, for LG, should be able to get away from the guy easily. Gonna be disintegrated. Does get interrupted. Maybe a Cloak of Shadow situation. Mad Blast into a deep breath. Shadow melds it. Big burst available for the Evoker. Breath right now versus LFG. Does he get to catch up to him? Trying to see if he can stay on him. Does he get? Wait a second. No Shadow Step. Wait a second. Oh, beam down right now. Wait a second. Oh. I was gonna say for a minute, I was like, I was just saying, wait a second, while looking through Luke's cooldowns. I'm like, how is he gonna escape this one? This man is just a master of escapes, but somehow, I guess it's over for him. One shot is gonna be up next with a disintegrate. Blood Dagger with an interrupt does have a way to at least remove the blaze. Definitely should be watching out for his health. Breath onto the rogue. Eternal Surge to follow. Lots of damage, maybe in a bad spot. Got himself a vanish. Wait a second. He does have a big breath of fire on him. So there's going to be quite a bit of dot damage for him to deal with. One Shadow catching up on all that healing. The rogue out in the open. Garrote to follow. It's going to be knocked out by the Evoker. Cloak of Shadows right after. Could go for a wall. Does end up walling this one. Nullifying Shroud. At least he prevented CC for a second. Wait a second. Blood Dagger can't even do much right now. It's just completely covered. No interrupt. No CC. Nothing. Maybe he could go for a Death Mark. Wait, Death Mark isn't even up. Yeah, I think he was able to remove it. Big Disintegrate to follow. Wait a second. Living Flame. Does he have enough to shake down the rogue? Maybe. One more Claw. Does he have the procs? Does he have the damage? Trinket available for the rogue. But as long as you don't CC the rogue, like, there's nothing you could really do. Does the rogue have an out right now? He may be able to find himself an out, potentially. I think, almost catches him, dude. Almost catches him. Sap to follow. Oh! Look at this. I like that. Wait, he got a katana as well as a little umbrella. Wow, Sap, that looks perfect. It looks like he's hiding from the rain. Gonna be a Garrote by the rogue. Does not have a big death mark. Gonna be deep breath by the Evoker. I think it's just over trinket right after. Oh my goodness. One Shadow doing work right now. Gotta find a way to get away from Kevin though. That is a lot of bleeds for him to deal with. He can remove him. And he also got himself plenty of defense. He does actually have a lot of defenses available together with a wall as well as a new blaze. Got himself plenty of self heals as well. So he should be a-okay. Maybe he definitely needs a way to get away from Kevin though. Breath to follow him. It's going to be disintegrate. As it's a blaze storm, Kevin just absolutely blasting him out. Going to be a full wall for Kevin. Does one shot have an out for this one. He does have renewal blaze. So whatever bleed damage, whatever dot damage, whatever blaze storm was doing, one shot was able to get a little bit of self heals. Who is this? Oh. The death that is on your team. I was thinking, who's this death that you keep hitting with the heals? But I don't think you meant to hit him at all. Gonna be big mastery burst for one shadow. Big go versus Kevin. Does he have a way to interrupt it? Looks like he can technically. One shadow could go for the wall in case he wanted to. Defensive stance, but he's just so far in range, leaping in. Oh, fear to follow, but the dragon is the one that puts the fear in the warrior's eyes. Spear right after him. And one shadow trying to see if he can just get out of there together with a little bit of survivability. Got himself the shield together with the spore cloak. Leaping away from Conan. Trying to go for living flames while wall is up. Got himself plenty of survivability. Could go for disintegrates. He is going to go for disintegrates to slow down the warrior. Knocking it back for just a second. And it's going to be yet another charge. One shadow needs to find a way to get himself a little bit of survivability. That's going to be wall yet again. Got himself getting another hover. Got himself mobility. So at least maybe he catch up. Unless Conan can get back over there and stop him. That is going to be nullifying shroud. So one shadow at least knows he cannot be stunned anymore. He still can get interrupted, but he cannot be stunned. Trying to see if he can juke a kick out of Conan potentially. A turret is search to follow. Big damage right after. Conan may have to go for a big defensive here. That's going to be a big heal for one shadow. Got himself back-to-back claws versus Kevin. Leaping in right after. Going to be one shadow. Got himself a couple of instant casts here and there. Trying to go for a root into Kevin. Doesn't quite connect. He is able to dodge out of the way of the landslide. Conan got himself a big big and rage regeneration fall. It does put a sleep on the guy. I didn't even realize he had a sleep, but he does get himself a little bit of CC. Conan, can he break out of the sleeps? Get you Zerk or rage out of sleeps, or am I wrong on this one? I could be wrong though. Conan trying to see if he can stay on him. Gonna be a big disintegrate, deep breath to follow into the turn and surge. Does have himself a big setup. Stormbolt to follow, charging back in, looking to stay on top of the evoker as best as possible. Acid God, the bloom available, trying to keep himself afloat here as much as he can. Disintegrates right after him. And one shadow may just be able to make himself a big play here. He got Conan left on the ropes right now. Conan needs to reconnect. Spirit doesn't quite make it into disintegrate from range. Instant caster follow. Fire breath. I think it's just going to be over. Trinkets. At this point, he's got nothing else he could really do. Maybe reflect anything. I think he's just done. Reflect. Maybe gives you enough survivability. 20% DR. Maybe. Possibly. But it's no. Just dice. Who is this evoker? Who is this evoker, man? One shadow walked in and lived up to the name. Apparently got only 3 killing blows. I guess there was Haster in Chicago. What did Chicago kill? I'm sorry, what? What did Chicago kill? It was only Haster that got to play, wasn't it? Did the other guys leave, by the way? Was that an Evoker 1v5 or am I wrong? Okay. Do we go again, I guess? Huh. Wait, Chicago, who'd you hit? Did you hit somebody by accident? Did you didn't mean to? Is that what happened? What? Freaks left? Okay, we could probably get a swap in for Freaks. That was interesting. Yo, tell that evoker to stay in, man. What was that? That guy just blasted everybody. No clue? Okay. Okay, invite. We can get one more in here. We need Onomasu. You gotta get Freaks swapped out for a +1. The pass me lead. Kevin, is he gone too? Oh no, don't tell me Kevin is gone too, man. No. Tell me Kevin's coming back in a bit. Let me just swap it to another guy. Pass, lead, plus. Kevin is swapping? Okay, that works out for me. Let me list the group so we can get Kevin in here. It's me on the Evoker Sakura? Yo! I thought it maybe be you because of the Mog and the weapon, but I didn't want to assume. But that was insane! That was so good! It was Airless like, no! Airless just wanted to play the game, dude. Airless was ready, dude. He just wanted to play the game and it's like, ah! The Evoker! You want to play a couple more games on the Evoker, man? That was awesome, Sakura. If you want to join the Boomkin as well, you're more than welcome to. We got a lot of melees for each to clean the house with, man. we need a few more. Okay, so Kevin, group is listed, by the way, if you want to join us. Kevin, let's go. He's like, all right, I'm in business now. Paladin mode activated. We do need Uno Mas after this, though. We do need Uno Mas. Who else can we get in here? So Freaks popped off for the night, unless he may be swapping over as well. Who else can I invite? Because as Beat, he said he's going to be popping off in a bit here. I asked Kraken and Cryptic earlier. Lux, he's in Robodrome, so he's just grinding. I asked Nando. I asked Sensei, but he dipped at some point. I don't know if he was like dipping just to like Q and Arena or something, or if he just like, yeah, I'll join. Some other groups are unlisted, and he's like, I'm gonna go. So we need Onomas, boys. We need Onomas to join the group, and we can keep going. No, I need some for this. I need some for this. Ooh. Since I had to go. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. I guess I just didn't really see the chat, so I couldn't really tell what happened. But I could tell that he had to go because he wasn't in the group, so you know, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, so we need Onomas. If you guys want to join us, the group is listed in LFG Raids Legacy. Where's Seavark, by the way? What's he been doing? What's he on right now, actually? He's just on a D grind? Diablo grind? Where's Seavark? Not here. Not in Diablo. Is he even on? No. He's been gone for a bit. Hope he's doing okay. Hope it's not like a, I guess last time Steve had AFK for a good bit, it was like a health thing. So hopefully he's all good on that front as well. But yeah, if you need Uno Mas, boys, we need Uno Mas. If you got a homie that you know would want to join in, let him know, man. Let him know. That would help us out tremendously. Unless I can maybe like snipe somebody else out that I haven't asked him a reality yet. Potentially. If I can maybe catch Lux. It looks like we could get Lux in. I got someone? Perfect. Yeah, tell him to find the group over in LG. Don't want to join? Sounds good to me. I can wait then. The groups are listed in Raid's Legacy. Just tell him to type in like 5 in the search. Hit enter. And it should be good to go. That or... I was going to say maybe they could also whisper Dal Edgeboy. The Demon Hunter's name. But if they're alliance, that wouldn't work out then, yeah. But yeah, sounds good. We'll just wait then. And we'll get... What arena do we do next then? Hook Point maybe? Because I don't want to do Blade's Edge. You guys always like, oh man, Blade's Edge. A lot of you guys don't really give me that much crap about Blade's Edge though. But whenever I ask about Blade's Edge, I do get a pretty vocal response of, I'm not a big fan of the Blade's Edge Dell. Just gonna say, not a fan. Why'd you Shadow Strike me? I lived a Shadow Strike, by the way, or was that just like a random like backstab? Probably was a backstab. Anything that kills an evoker. You know, we don't see a lot of evokers in the 5v5 1v1 duels in general, so it was a treat, man. I enjoyed it. Watching an evoker pop off and absolutely just dominate. Oh, it was fun. I do wonder if augmentation evokers will be able to do well in 1v1s at all. I'm kind of hoping. I don't know if it'll be able to. Is that them? Immense? I'll get Immense in. I think that's them, right? Or is it somebody else? Hopefully we're good. Okay, all good to go. Okay, group is ready. Never mind. Okay. They didn't answer and take that guy. Okay, cool. Works out for me. Doing queuing up in a bit. Cool. Gotta get Blood Dagger lead. Not queued. Let's do Tigers, man. I like Tiger Speak. I feel like there's enough of line of sight. There's a little bit of platforming. There's a little bit of that geometry, interesting geometry with that arena. And then maybe we could do a quick hook point because that seems to be a pretty liked one on this group, or over on the in our community at the very least. Then we could maybe do Blade's Edge, a quick cheeky little Blade's Edge maybe. There's a lot of melee. Actually, Immense does bring in a little bit of that elemental. So we don't have nearly as many melee. But I love how like right hand side, I guess Chicago is Chicago's LA this time, but normally is a melee. So I guess it is a lot of melee either way. It's just usually Chicago brings in like the non-rogue. Actually, when it comes to non-rogues, non-warriors, non-nothing, there's a lot of everybody here. Interesting. All right. I think I saved that. Hopefully. I definitely want to save it. That was a hell of a duel. I almost feel like we should have had even more evokers joining the duels or even dominating duels because they're just actually just so beefy in terms of damage. But man, I guess they do keep like nerfing the one shots, don't they? Switch. Got ourselves Kurat Sushi. Gonna be up first versus Immense, trying to go for a bit of an honorable bow from a distance, but a safe distance. So then if you don't know if the enemy is gonna run at you or attack you or whatever, Immense opening up with a bit of a purge in the opener just to make sure, hey, we are fighting. But Immense got himself an immense amount of damage, most likely. We watched an Elemental Shaman yesterday absolutely decimate the enemy team. Twice actually, and then we're like, alright, I did my job. Alright, I'm Dutsky, and never seen again. Disappeared into the night. And Immense will see if they can channel the same energy. Going to be a knockback onto Kuro, who does get himself a little bit of a defense right after. Got himself the big breath. Wait, the breath actually is doing a lot of damage. I don't see a lot of people play breath in PvP, but that thing is just chopping up through Immense right now. It is doing quite a bit of pressure. Blind to follow. Continue just to breathe down the guy's neck the entire time, as long as they have a little bit of runic power. Burrow to follow. As Immense trying to see if he can find himself a bit of cover. And it looks like as the DK trying to see if he can back away as soon as the damage is happening. Immense kind of under a lot of pressure right now. Doesn't have a lot of defensive cooldowns to work with. That goes the big absorb with the Spore Cloak. Got himself a big bit of damage together with the Sky Fury. Lots of lava bursts flying in. That's going to be a dome down for Kurotoshi, but he is going to get rooted out in the open. Try to see if he can escape. It's going to be a trinket out of that stun to follow him. And Immense is under a ton of pressure. Kurotoshi does have himself a little bit of defenses left. Driving in kind of low. It's going to be an IBF to follow the stun into Immense. I think may just be able to overturn it versus the Elemental Shaman. Potentially got himself the back-to-back of Blitz. Are you playing dual wield of Blitz? This is just like an artifact weapon thing. Hold on. No, you are actually a dual wield Frosty Death Knight. That is very unusual. But I guess it works out. Immense trying to see if he can back up out of there as best as possible. Going to be leaping by the goal. Trying to keep the Flame Shocks rolling in onto Kurotoshi. He's going to be able to leap away. That's going to be a grounding totem for just a second. Kurotoshi trying to see if it's going for a bit of a grip. Sky Fury down. Immense got himself a big lightning bolt at the ready. But it doesn't look like they can really break past the Death Knight's defenses all that easily. The Death Knight is playing a breath build too, so they're not really even spamming that many death strikes. I guess outside of the breath, maybe, but mostly just try to rotate defenses and try to stay as aggressive as they can with Immense. Root to follow around the corner. Does Immense have himself a big setup? Looks like they are playing a proper normal Sky Fury too. Not only are they getting procs with Sky Fury from the tier set, but they could go for like a nice little instant casting setup. Grounding totem for just a second. Kuro diving behind the pillar. Immense if they have himself a decent setup here with a primordial and everything. Maybe they can make summon work. Unless they're playing like a lightning bolt build, maybe? Actually, I imagine they're playing like a lava burst build though, because of how much fire damage committed they have. Kuro just trying to hang in the back a bit. I guess try to wait until cooldowns are up, or maybe just try to see if we can find a better angle versus Immense. He does have all the damage available again, and if he can maybe overlap everything with an AMS, maybe he could take it, potentially. He does have everything back up, so now could be a pretty good time to strike, as long as he can get a good angle versus the Shami. I guess he would just... I'm trying to figure out, like, would it be better to fight in the open or by the pillar? I guess pillar's a lot better, isn't it? Knocking it back. That's going to be a trick out of Immense. Does Kurotoshi have any way to lock him down? He needs a way to lock him down for just a second. Going to be root to follow as the cooldowns are full out in full swing. And Immense dropping down Sky Fury behind the pillar. That is going to be a big dome down. Try to see if he can maybe get another grip onto Immense. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to connect. Having to rotate defenses really, really early on. While Immense is able to take a lot of pot shots at the guy. Big R-Shocks to follow. Lava bursts are in. Does he have himself a big setup? Going to be Kurotoshi with the last bit of defense as he got himself the Spore Cloak shield proc in the last minute. At least has the fire elemental to at least maybe get some death strikes off of. Does go for the human racial in order to break out of the stun. And Immense has yet another lightning bolt in their hands and still has a fire elemental blasted out. Kurotoshi, big Earthshock, knocking him back. Going to be a stun by the death that got himself a little bit of help with the death pack rather. It's going to be an AMS to follow. Kuro got not a lot left right now. It's going to be down for him to play it super carefully and safe versus Immense. Does go for the normal Dwarven racial. Sky Fury back up. Needs a couple of more Earthshocks. Needs a lava burst to follow. I think he just might be over the death that does go in with a lava burst at the very end. Man, shamans are so kind of tanky, aren't they, huh? I mean, the guy just getting blasted out back to back, but he played it pretty well. Rotated cooldowns are just survivable as hell. Hasty trying to see if he can maybe bounce back behind the pillar, just trying to backpedal a little bit. Immense got himself plenty of setup right now. Lots of cooldowns coming back up as well. Plenty of resources while Trinket back up. So he's actually in a very good spot versus Haster. Does go in for a stun into a freeze on the other side. Haster dropping in the big Shadow Crash. Big Void Torn, mad damage. Mess that's going for an interrupt last second to make sure that none of this damage continues on. And he's just going to try to see if he can get himself a little bit better line of sight while the tentacles, as well as all these shadowy fiends, are out in full swing for a bit. Let's try to see if we can take some pot shots over at Haster. Interrupted him onto Ray. What is it? The Flay. Insanity. Lightning Last to follow. Trick it out of Haster. Let's just try to see if we can push in versus the Elemental Shaman, who's a bit on the back foot right now, just looking for a bit of recovery, trying to play it safe, trying to avoid as many of these dots as possible. That is going to be Siphon joining in, limiting his ability to sell field, trying to maybe go counter-offensive with Earthshocks. Void Torrent, does he have an interrupt? He does have an interrupt last second. Sky Fury at the ready, Fire Elemental as well. Just trying to see if we can fight through Haster, trinkets out of that stun with a wall to follow. Haster just able to pressure so much damage into the Elemental Shaman. There's not much they can really do when they're out in the open with all of these tentacles attacking them all at once. Next Void Torrent might be the end to the Shaman. So if Haster can set up a proper stun together with a Void Torrent as silence with a Void Torrent, it just go in basically like immediately same global, then they'll be in a perfect spot. Immense does have the Earth Elemental, could go for the stun onto the Void Torrent as well, potentially. So Haster may need to go for a stun on the Earth Alley, silence on Immense, then go for Void Torrent. That may be given opportunity here. Apparently Immense somehow was able to get, I guess he was able to go for, what is it, Spirit Walker's Grace in order to immune any interrupts for a good bit. Next given opportunity to at least get himself a bit of damage versus Haster. Does go for a bit of Empiric Touch around the corner. Interrupted immediately. No more interrupts available. If Haster goes in for a Void Torrent right now onto Immense while he's low, he's going to be in a perfect spot. Maybe could go in for a Fear. Shadow Crush around the corner off of that Fear into a Void Torrent. No way for him to interrupt it. It's going to be a Dwarven Rachel in order to remove the dots last second, so this gives Immense maybe some survivability, but the Void Torrents as well as the pets is still channeling on him. Does go in for the stun with the Earth Elemental, always has this thing nearby in order to stop Haster's advance, or can even use it as an interrupt with that stun. Gonna be a root onto Immense, dotted up again, full PI available, but it's gonna be a big interrupt by Immense, big Earthshock to follow. Got himself Sky Fury, has lightning in his hands, maybe can make something happen here. Haster able to recover a little bit of health, especially as he's getting super aggressive with a Vampiric Base. Full Void Torrent, I think it's just over. Immense barely alive, does get himself a catch-up reveal last second. Haster looking to catch up a little bit as well, has himself dispersed in case he ever needs to. This is where Immense, maybe if he can get himself a big setup, go for a full interrupt on the Haster, he'll be in a great spot, does try to go in for a kick, get it juked out, silence to follow, just to punish the Shaman as much as possible. Immense still does have a little bit of healing left, definitely needs to be on the lookout for the Siphon for a little bit here, because that thing is just going to add in quite a bit of damage. His pet, in fact, is doing a lot of damage to Haster, chipping away through the Shadow Priest's defenses. Immense got himself lots of damage. Lava Burst, Lightning Bolt at the ready, as long as he can get himself an interrupt, try to go for an interrupt, doesn't quite connect, and is going to be completely juked out by Haster, able to catch up a little bit of health, got himself the Aegis together with the Desperate Prayer, a little bit of health at the ready. Immense is going in for Earthshocks, Lava Burst, it's instant cast versus instant cast right now. Haster next silence, next stun, next Void Torrent is going to be huge for him. He just sees himself that one silence. Immense is in a bad spot. Has a trinket to break out of it maybe. So that could be an opportunity for him to turn it around. Maybe has to get hit with a stun silence, trinket it, then interrupt Haster, try to go for a stun, has himself the silence. He was able to get a trinket out of the guy really early on. So if you can go for silence into a Void Torrent and keep him out in the open, then I think he'll be actually in a perfect spot, especially if Immense does not have any line of sight to cover for himself. Full dots are up for Haster, trying to go for Mind Games, Siphon to follow. This could be an opportunity. Hey, Immense is out in the open. Sky Fury down, Lava Burst sent in. I think one of the Lava Bursts was able to miss Haster. Does Haster have any good setup right now? Void Torrent, next interrupt could be really deadly for Haster. Does go for Disperse instead. He's playing with fire right now. Honestly, I feel like this is to go silence. Oh, he doesn't have a silence for a bit. If you don't to Immense, it is enough to break. Stun available very soon. While you don't have CC onto Immense, you have to be very careful. Earthshocks, Lava Burst lighted. Haster's still alive with this one, and so is Immense. PI available, stun to follow, does have the elemental, knockback for a second, interrupted to follow, Earthshock right after. Immense trying to go for a bit of healing. Haster does not have a lot of health to work with either right now. Immense just needs every global in order to keep himself alive and healthy. Haster no health at all. Gonna be Aegis going back up for a second. Light the lasso maybe ends him right now. Wait a second. Oh, no way. Immense lived this. Oh, no. How are you alive? No, you're going to recover too. How are you alive right now? What is happening? Arrow just walks up. He stabbed the guy. At this point, there's nothing you can do. That's it. It's over. Does go for the door and racial. Maybe remove some of these dots. I think Arrow is just going to walk away, let the dots do work. Double spike. I think it's over. Yeah, my goodness. Wait, are you alive? Oh, come on, dude. This guy does not give up. Airless may just have to death mark him for all we know, dude. Full rude. Airless is going to eat a couple lava bursts back to back. Earthshocks to follow. This is not exactly what Airless wanted to see, man. Not what he wanted to see. He did not want to have to use up this much of his resource, his health. in order to deal with this. Does have an evasion immediately for LFG into immediate disarm. This way you need to get as much damage to the guy as possible. I think you just go for Deathmark, right? Full Deathmark at the ready. Shiv right after. Vanish to follow. Does go in for Envenom. That's going to be Trinket. Blind to LFG. Does go for a Trinket of his own. It's going to be early. Trying to see if he can dive into Re-Stealth. Oh, I think it's just maybe over for him. Gouge to follow. Does he have dots on him? If he has a dot, I think it's over. Oh, the Shadow Strike goes through either way. Oh, that is rough. Blind immediately onto one Shadow. The Evoker is the last one left. I am kind of surprised. Is that everybody that played on Team 2? Was that Chicago and all them? Or did Chicago DC there? I thought it was only like 2 that played against the Shaman, wasn't it? Oh, am I wrong on that? I didn't put on my 4 set? Oh no, you're good, you're good, you're good. Honestly, you're fine. It's going to be down to one Shadow to try to see if they can fight through as many as they can of Team 1. We are pretty high into dampening, and these are a bunch of rogues, man. Double subtlety. See, if the play is super safe, I don't really know what you could do in this situation, honestly. But LFG is literally just going to go to sleep. One Shadow did pick up the eyes, so maybe you could find the rogue if he's actually careful. I think he needs to be... I don't think he can rush headstrong into rogues. I think he needs to find them, get him out into combat, try to see if he can go for a bit of a charge, maybe to get a claw in onto one of these guys. But he couldn't quite do it. Is LFG just going to wait until dampening? He's literally just going to sleep. I guess he could, right? I guess he's going to go into like super high dampening. And then eventually like win just by dampening alone. Can shot to follow. One Shadow with a deep breath right after. LFG does not have a trinket for this one. Maybe big damage. Does he go down? He does have a dot on him. Rooted out in the open. Does have a cloak shadows for this one. That is a lot of stuff committed. Sap into one Shadow who no longer has a trinket. But if LFG, if he goes in for a Shadow Strike, you could pre-wall the kidney shot. Potentially. Does go in for a Shadow Strike. Wall together with a little bit of healing. Knocking him back out in the open. But he does go in for yet another advantage. Blind. Okay, this is getting kind of ridiculous. This is actually getting kind of ridiculous with this rogue. Stun, does have a wall for this one. At the very least, Secret Technique is able to at least dampen it with the scales. Got himself a little bit of survivability. Living Flame to keep himself alive. Disintegrate onto LFG to try to make sure the guy can't really go for a proper reset. Gouge right after by the rogue. Does he get himself a full out? That is an Evoker. So they have a lot of mobility. Yet another Disintegrate. Does get an interrupt on it. Knock up for a moment. This is when one Shadow needs to go for a little bit of healing. Nullifying Shadow would be fantastic. Cannot get stunned for a good bit. No interrupts available. LFG, I think, is just done and done with. Living Flame still gets him out in the open. If you can just catch up to him somehow. One way, somehow. I don't know how you can do it. Does have himself a little mobility. Oh, it's just over. Cheat death. Oh, no way, dude. One Shadow. How are you doing this? My goodness. This is going to be Conan up next, charging in. That was a deep breath. Ooh, missing the spear. I don't know if the, if your nullifying shot gave you the DR for the spear. Breath, bypassing that reflect entirely. One shot doesn't know how whatsoever. I think it's just over though. I think it's just done, yeah. Evoker used everything there for the rogue. It's just over. My goodness. That is rough, man. Yeah, so I think Chicago did end up getting booted out of that one. Maybe DC'd, maybe had to go. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but the Shaman did only get to play against 2. I felt like I played against the entire army, honestly. I'm surprised you lived that too. That was insane. Let's get another one going then, yeah? If we have ourselves the bodies and the groups. Man, that's rough, man. That's can't get over that. That was, how did you live that? That's Shaman, man. Awful rogue. Oh my god. I think he tried his very hardest, feed god. I think he tried his very hardest. First ever Evoker to kill in Dragonflight. Wow. Yo, Jerry, you should have seen the last duel, man. Evoker went for 1v5 against rogues, warriors, and everybody. It's actually kind of insane. Actually went for 1v5. Sakura is kind of insane. Feed can SMT.com. you gotta, okay, you don't have to like him, but I want to say he did play that really clean, right? The shroud, the movement, the setup, like it was really clean, where it was like, well, this is an opportunity where the rogue would go for a stun. Oh, he nullified with shroud. Well, this is an opportunity where the rogue would go for a reset. Oh, he got mobility. Well, this is an opportunity where the rogue would maybe go for a big wall, right? Especially if, like, as a rogue, if your opener is a Shadow Strike kidney shot, you're not immediately stunning, so there's like a moment for him to like respond with a defensive. It's like it technically it did do a pretty good way of like, okay, here's the thing that Rogue is gonna do. I'm gonna do this to counter. And it did that a couple of times in a row. My fault, gang. Oh no. We need two. Alright. Invite. We'll try to see if we can put another group together. Otherwise, it is getting towards that time of the night. But we'll see. And gang? Oh no. Evoke kill 4, not 5. Was it 4, not 5? Oh, you may be right. Yeah, you may be right. I felt like it was 5. Because wasn't it, I thought it was Haster versus LFG in the opener. Wasn't it? I need to look into it, man. I need to look into it, honestly. Alrighty, group is listed if you guys want to join. This one needs 2 more bodies. 2 more bodies. We lost a Shamey, which is unfortunate. How did we lose? We lost LFG. Are you swapping to a different character or not? It was errorless. DK died to H. Oh, yeah, you're right, DK. Oh, you're right, yeah. You are correct. Yep, you are correct. No, you're right. Yeah, so it is 1v4. It felt like a 1v5. Why did I say 1v5? I think I'm just excited. I think I'm just excited seeing the Evoker. And I was just like, I forgot who else played that game. The only thing I remembered is the Evoker at that point. I think it was just me then, yeah. I don't see Xandas with a Xander mog anymore, but it actually looks so good. Like the full set. It looks great. Plus I like what you did with like the glove things or whatever. I look good, man. I kind of miss having a Xander. Honestly, they're kind of neat. I didn't get to flag him. Oh no! Are you gonna be coming back, WAP, over on the maybe the Warrior or something? Mix it up, or you just kind of done for the night? Otherwise, if you guys want to join in, groups are listed already in the LFG. Me and the team Blood. Good shot him up. I was gonna say the Evoker didn't find you. Oh, the Evoker's trying to kill you, and the Pally joined in. What the? What a nice. Oh wow! What a stun! What a nice group of hordes. Oh, you're trying to kill that guy real quickly? I think you can do it. Unless I give him like a bop or something. Well, maybe. Oh, it was so close. Wait, you're still alive. Oh, no. You're alive. Dude, you almost got him too. TBH guy was almost dead, TBH. To be honest, that guy almost died. Oh my god. About it? Ah, it sounds good. You're right though, Dicky did die to Haster. So we need a couple more bodies. I tried, dude. That was so close, man. That was so close. So close. If we didn't have the Warrior on any of the other guys, like a 200k crit, yeah, that's nutty. Alrighty. But yeah, we need 2 more bodies. We'll give it maybe like 5 minutes-ish, chat. Otherwise, I think we may just call it there. Actually, I think we had quite a... Not as many games we usually do over on the NA, but actually it's like some really good ones that I enjoyed. Lots of fun, man, every single time. But I do gotta do some work and stuff. So I'll be perfectly fine if we don't end up getting the group. Calling it like 5-ish. But we'll try to see if we can host it. But if you guys want to join in, more than welcome to. I do want to see if we can peep my LFG. Is there any names on here that I've yet to bug about? It's Kevin. Kevin is in, actually. Where? I asked Whisper earlier, but I think you just kind of get an ult up and running. This guy's in a raid, otherwise I'd ask him as well. But TDK, that'll be a guy to join into. But we got 2 more bodies, boys. I'm gonna start a group. Chicago left. Oh no! Oh, are we just Dunsky then? If Chicago left, that means the other team will also need 1 more. We could just call it here with Chicago bailing out. What do you guys think? Should we keep looking or just call it here? Because Chicago did dip as well. Or maybe Chicago's swapping over to another character. But that could work. I think so. I think these are so fun. Oh no, you leave it to. Oh man, I can get one if you want. I think it's just. Well, Freak's going back. Okay, I think it's just like when you get super competitive feed, right? When you get super competitive, I think that could just happen. You know what I mean? I think it just happened. We got 4 out of 5. We technically also got 4 out of 5. We would need both each 1. But if feed is also bailing out, then that'd be 3 out of 5, right? But I feel you though. I feel you, feed. Yeah, honestly. If you're like, you know what, the vibe's just not there, I'm gonna dip. I don't blame you, my guy. I don't blame you. You're good. Thanks so much for popping in. Hope we'll see you next week, yeah? Wait a second. We got a 5-man. Maybe we can actually get ourselves a full group. Hold on. Yo, Sakura, would you want to stick around for one more game? Because we just got a 5-man. And Trickster would need an uno mas. And we'd be good to go. Because if we get a 5 out of 5, we could actually have a proper game, honestly. Call it. We technically could have a real one. Could. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, dude. No, no, no. Why can't you guys like trash talk each other and then just be friendly outside of that? You know what I mean? Just some good old trash talk, get it out of your system. And just be like, alright fam, catch you next week. You know what I mean? One more. Trying to see if we can get it together one more. Trying to get it here in uno mas. You know what I mean? It's like that one meme of like, it's a guy leaving the house and something, and then he goes back to his friend and he yells something, and I'm like, F you, and I'll see you this Sunday. Or something like that. Right? Why can't you guys just be like that? You know what I mean? Go in, do trash talk, and do whatever you need to do, and just be like, you know what? Alright, we'll see you next week. I can log into something? If you want them. I'm rarely toxic. You know what's been toxic? Dude, some of these subtlety rogue plays though, man. You just vanish on all the place, shadow melding. You're just like, this guy is just slippery, man. I get it, like you're playing subtlety rogue, so it's like, well, might as well utilize all the tools you have, but damn, dude. It's just like, it's so, the resets are like so, what's the best word? Common? No. Happening so often? I mean, I guess you would be resetting, right? If you're just, you know, dying. But it's just like, they're so surgical to maximize and squeeze the most out of your defensives. It's disgusting is the best word I could use it. It's just like, it's done so well to maximize those defenses. I'm like disgusted by it. It's like, this is just nasty. You know what I mean? Agitating, it's like a frequent and agitating put together is what I would call it. It's frequent, but also to like a point of agitation, where I think the best word is like disgusting. It's like he's playing the class he's supposed to, but it's like it's happening so often and with such surgical precision defensively. It's like, that's a lot. You know what I mean? So we do have 5 each actually. Okay, queuing up in a bit. Let's do a Blades Edge, man. Is this where we're doing that toxic Blades Edge run? Is this what this is? It is what it is. You live, Blood Dagger, leave. You get a rooter or something? Got some fury? Leave! You get attacked by Rogue? Wait, Warrior or Death Knight? Are you gonna be able to live? Oh, please, I'm trying to see if we can get back over to you. Maybe you can Shadowy Duel off of me. Please, I can maybe have you Shadowy Duel off of me. Oh, Death Knight's just attacking him. Hold on, trying to come back to you. Hold on, this way. I'm gonna lead him away from you. I tried to see if I can walk over there and tell him this way. Pretend like I'm using Spectral Sight. Conan, I know my guy. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. I didn't do nothing. Okay, you're just hanging out? Okay, we can just hang out here. Away from all the hordes. We can all chill here. Okay, so we're ready. Your lead. We can queue. Awesome. Let's do that Blades Edge, man. It's about... I need to target someone. Oh wait, Trickster. Yeah, I gotta change the name Chicago to Trickster. That's my beam. Okay, Trickster. Cool. Beautiful. We're in, boys. Alrighty. Uno mas for the road, man. This is probably the last one for the night, yeah? Last one for the night. You guys have yourselves a good one. Enjoy it. Just let me vibe. Yeah, honestly, just vibe, man. Just be vibing. If you ain't vibing, then what are you doing? Alrighty. Let me make sure I save that as well. I don't use all of these duels for vids. I try to do the best ones that I enjoy and that I think are fantastic to put together. They usually have some kind of thematic to it, but I do try to make sure I have all the audio recordings. Is that appropriate? I have no idea. Check my guild name. Is that appropriate? I can't see your guild name right now, but I'll be able to check whenever I see your character. Especially CDR, they're insane. Yeah, I'm surprised errorless. Like, remember when Outlook had CDR legendary back in SL? And they were like, we gotta nerf it. And then we're like, this thing is back with subtlety. And it's like, well, I'm kind of surprised they haven't nerfed it, you know? I would give up that CDR if they made rogues like a little bit tankier and a little bit more like non-secret technique reliant. I think that would have been honestly ideal for Twitch. Got ourselves together. Conan gonna be first up over for the team 1 versus Errorless as a subtlety rogue. Get a shot in the opening, immediate trinket out of Conan, going in for a bit of a spear on Errorless. Doesn't quite connect. Trinket out of Errorless as they got himself with a little bit of an evasion. Cheap shot to follow onto Conan with big secret technique. Gonna be mad defenses. Conan trying to see if he can ramp up some bleeds onto Errorless. Got himself a bit of a charge to follow. It's probably gonna be a shot at some juke, right? Try to see if he can get on the juke. It doesn't go, I think, for a shiv at the very end. That or a backstab is gonna go for advantage. Just to get himself, I think, a little bit of cooldown reduction, or maybe just try not to stay in stealth for as long as possible. Sometimes Errorless like to like go into stealth, sit there for 2 seconds, and it's like, all right, good enough. I know I could go for a reset. I'm not gonna. Big secret technique yet again onto Conan with a blind to follow. Does he get himself a big setup? Get himself a quick sit pick up. Stealth, sap, good Zerka Rage maybe, potentially goes in for a Shadow Strike yet again. Do we have ourselves a flagellation combo? What the? Hold on a second. Wait, what a second. What is Xavierson? What is going on? Why is Xavier attacking Conan? What is happening? Wait a second. What is happening? Hold on. Oh, Hasty trying to see if he grip it back in. He's like, wait, hold on. You're not dueling yet. You're not dueling. Errorless isn't dead. They're trying to tell him, like, hey, what's that? Why? Big secret technique out of Errorless. Hold on. Big eviscerate. Why does Xavierson? You know what? Look at his mug. At first I was like, wait, why is it attacking? And then I looked at his mug and was like, oh. That kind of explains it. I don't know, he looks like a goober. He looks just an absolute 100% certified goober. Kevin trying to see if he can slam down Errorless. Big war stomp. Errorless does have an evasion last second gouge. So pick up to follow. Got himself a bit of a blaze. Oh my goodness, them shadow steps are perfect. A lot of the times, people try to see if they can juke out the rogues. Like, I know you're gonna go for a shadow step. Get a shot. Errorless don't know how it's over. He got that secret technique, man. He's got mad damage towards Kevin. Trying to see if he can go for another juke, maybe. I think he's gonna go for a juke. Looks like he's trying for it. Oh, dude, these jukes are perfect. I think you just literally have to stand right under the bridge. So the aim is thinking like, okay, he's not actually gonna go juking. Normally, rogues stay way out, try to get the juke. He's standing right under, so like, all right, he's going under. And then you appear right above him as soon as they go down. Oh, once the commit going down, Hodge. Errorless does end up having a trinket immediately for this one. Try to see if we can cap himself a little bit of reset. Shadow Blades at the ready. Could maybe turn this damage around versus Kevin. Potentially. Kevin, blind to follow, does throw in a big judgment onto Errorless. This is where Errorless needs himself everything available in order to be able to take down this massive Paladin. Juggernaut does go in for the Shadow Strike past him. Getting a shot to follow him. Trying to see if he can get himself some damage. Backstabs mostly. Cloak of Shadows right after. Shield of Vengeance is up for Kevin into a gouge to follow. Errorless trying to see if he can back up out of there. I think trying to go for yet another juke. I think try to see if he can get himself another juke. Or maybe try to see if he can get himself a little bit of a line of sight. Into a re-stealth really quickly. Shadow Strike right after. I think it was a Shadow Meld too. Vanish available in 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1. So he does have himself at least an out. and maybe that would give him a little bit of that cooldown reduction. Vanish, immediate ambush onto Kevin. This man, you could probably like count how many seconds he spent in stealth, and so far it's been very, very little. Stun to follow onto the rogue. Kevin with Warstorm doesn't really have himself the big go just yet, but a mad combo with an evasion for Airless. Barely at any health. Got himself a sipping cup, I believe, and that's going to be dance available. Tries to see if he can fight through Kevin. Stun to follow. It's going in for the full wake of ashes. Is this a bubble situation? Does go for the bubble. Airless does not really have a way out of this one. Maybe Shadow Step situation. Cheat death last second. Does he have an out here? Oh my goodness, no health whatsoever. Wait, Kevin also doesn't have any health either. Next stun could be really deadly. Does it take it maybe? Oh no, so close. Dude, that's so close. Oh man. Gonna be a stun by Stoneblood immediately. Worst up by Kevin. I think it's just over, right? There's nothing you can do. Oh, shield event is last second. Kevin does have some ability. Hold on. Wait a second. Kevin could get himself Forbearance off really quickly. There goes the lay on hands. That's what I was going to say. He could wait down until Forbearance is over. Get himself full lay on hands. At least get himself recovery. Full crusade. But it looks like Stoneblood is a stone cold killer. This man is trying to see if he can end this man's whole career and does get to do it. Slamming down on him entirely. My goodness. Well done, well done. Who's up next? Is it going to be Blood Dagger maybe? He's on the other side. Is it Freaks maybe? Looks like maybe it's a Shadow Games gonna be up next. Man, so many rogues on each team, man. At least like what, two and one or the other, but still just a lot of rogues in general. Blood Dagger, Freaks, and Shadow are gonna have to find a way to make some gains here, because so far Airless has been able to do stuff. Shadow Strike, Opener, Symbols of Death, not Symbols of Death. Well, I guess Symbols of Death too, but Secret Technique. Stoneblood has to go for a Blessing of Protection there immediately, as Shadow Games does get himself a full reset with advantage. Shadowblade's still active. Once you get in there with the Shadowblade as soon as possible, but Stoneblood does have at least a blind, and is looking mostly for a bit of a reset, going in for as many instant casts as best as he can. And it's going to be a sap by Shadow, trying to see if he can get himself a big go versus the Paladino. Bubble's still available for Stoneblood, so use AOK for a good while. He's going to go for the wall immediately as soon as the rogue goes in for a cheap shot, able to dampen a little bit of the damage from the Secret Technique into a final wreck. Wings available. He's playing into the 1 minute wings, so he's going to have himself a lot of big goes versus Shadow. Blind right after. Shadow needs to find a way to escape out of this one if he can. Into a Shadow mode to follow. Shadow Strike right after the cheap shot to follow, but it's a fully DR'd. Stun onto Shadow. Does not have a trinket. If Stoneblood has himself a big go, maybe he can make something happen. Worst up last second. Shadow does have an evasion in case he wants to get out of the heat. Standing in the Consecration, it's going to add a little bit extra damage. Bubble out of Stoneblood does not want to go down to the rogue does there, but it's going to be an opportunity for him to maybe recover. Not playing into a flashlight that he can just spam out back to back to back does make it a little bit tougher. He needs to use it in between of rogue's attacks in order to maintain himself as much as possible. Quick sap by Shadow. Shadow Strike onto Stone. It's going to be immediate trinket, trying to see if he can go for big damage versus the rogue, but is it going to be enough though? Looks like the Shadow Strikes do come through, and Shadow Games does end up taking him out. Hunt into a full gouge. Get his shot trinket. Oh no! Oh, he did not just juke him like that. That was a hell of a gouge there. My goodness. Into a charge by the Demon Hunter. Shadow does go in for a cheap shot. This man's trying to see if he can make it out of here like a bandit. Look at this guy. Shadow step past him, but Randus is able to catch him with a bit of a blade dance. Gouge to follow, and the man trying to see if he can walk out of there. That gouge on the hunt was so perfect, by the way. It still can get over there. Get his shot, and it's going to be Randus not sitting there for long at all, though. Shadow does end up going for cheat death cloak. Shadows follow. Randus trying to see if he can find him, but best possible. Does drop in a Sigil of Fear, but doesn't quite catch the rogue. Has himself Spectral Sight. Should be able to find the rogue around the corner and maybe get him out of stealth. Potentially, maybe with him in prison. He does have the mobility. Almost catches him. Almost. It is so close. Does get himself a proper sap in order to at least stop the Demon Hunter in his wake for just a second. Into yet another sap of Shadow. Into a Shadow Strike to fall. A cheap Shadow right after. Secret Technique may just have him here. It is going to be his one little defensive together with the Spore Cloak into an immunity. Just to make sure he can maybe withstand the rogue. Does have an answer right here. Stun, Trinket, Gouge to follow. Does he have any more from here? Blur, that's the only last bastion of defense. He could go for Darkness right now. May just need to drop Darkness. Maybe take down the rogue right there. Meta right after. Is that enough evasion? Oh, rushes past him. Does end up taking him out. Randus barely lived it, but he was able to make a play. Blood Dagger is going to be up next. Wait, did somebody just heal him? Wait, did Hasty just heal him? Wait a second. Is Blood Dagger okay with that? I mean, if Blood Dagger is okay with that, then you could just have him heal him up to full. I think he's looking up like, wait, did you heal me? Even he noticed like, wait. Or maybe he's okay with it? If he's okay with it, if he doesn't stop it, I'm okay. Then I'm fine. He bows, he gives his go. I think he's fine with you healing him. Yep. He wants to have a proper honor duel. Blood Dagger bringing in the honor back to the 5v5 dueling arena, man. My goodness. Yo, Airless, thanks so much for coming by, my guy. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good one, my guy. Stun onto Blood Dagger. Does himself the Shivara opening up with a hunt. I think the hunt was able to connect with the Blood Dagger. Got himself full I-beam cheap shot to follow. He does have a Shivara that he can slay. Should slay for health as soon as possible. Does slay it. 45% health, but 45% dampening. Not really enough. Oh, does get a couple of good strikes on the Blood Dagger, but not enough to take him down. Blood Dagger just kept trucking along as best as he could. Haysher gonna be second to last with Xavierson waiting his turn. Blood Dagger immediately goes in for a quick sap onto Haysher as soon as he picks up the eye. He's gonna have to be very, very careful here. Does he play into the whole flagellation? Blind. Is he just gonna wait out the eye entirely? I guess he's just gonna wait out the eye entirely. The other eye is waiting for Haysher right now. Blood Dagger is gonna have to utilize more guile and more tricks and find himself a nice bit of line of sight, nice bit of pillar to hide behind and try to see if he can avoid Haysher. But I think at this point the Shadow Priest knows more or less where the rogue is at, man. This is gonna be a sap real quickly. Does himself a big go. Looks like he doesn't yet, or doesn't want to go yet. I guess maybe waiting until... What are you waiting for, actually? You have everything available, right? That or waiting for dampening? I'm not really sure. That or waiting for... Because you have, I guess, Vanish? Maybe a second Vanish. Does go for the Shadow Strike. Haysher mounted of this. He's able to kind of break and make some distance away from Blood Dagger in the opener. Stun right after. Full PI. Mind Flay is going to get interrupted immediately. Kidney Shot actually instead. So he's still holding on to intro. Big secret to Haysher. Does go for the root to separate away from the Rogue. But the Rogue got plenty of distance. Going to be a full burst available. Cloak of Shadows. Haysher needs a defensive right now. Maybe a disperse situation. I think he just needs to go for disperse right now. Is going to go for disperse as the cheap shot comes out. He's going to hang out next to Blood Dagger as best as possible. Blood trying to see if he can run out of there. Haysher looking for a heal. Sap to follow. Does he have any outs right now? If there's going to be a Shadow Strike on a Haysher, he could go for a Fear. Blood Dagger should be able to trinket out of that one immediately. The way the Fear fade for a second, maybe. I don't know if he was able to dodge a stun. Ooh, does get interrupted. Full CC immunity for a second. Blood Dagger can't really do much about this Void Torrent. Trying to see if he can fight right through it. Vanish to follow. Could vanish in case it is there. Big zabs by the tentacles. Blood Dagger is not doing that good on health-wise. Next Vanish may need to be used right now in order to help recover. Haysher does end up going for a little bit of that Vampiric Embrace. Are there any dots on Blood Dagger right now? If there are any dots, opportunity for Haysher to maybe make a play right now. Zap to follow. Doesn't get his sub still done enough there either way. Wait, maybe Haysher could turn this around with a Fear? Next Fear could be deadly. Next Fear could be so good. Cheap shot. Is this enough though? Does Blood Dagger have enough damage to fight through Haysher before next Fear comes out? Is able to catch him with a quick eviscerate. My goodness. Xavierson is the last one left. Wait, why are your shovels so weird? Hold on. You see how one shovel is like... The spade is on the top left? The other one is like downwards. How does that work? Huh? I'm so confused. Is it just me? Oh my god, Shadow Strike Xavierson, is he gone? I think he's just gone. Wait, maybe? He's just looking up at Blood Dagger like, what? What is happening? Xavierson does get hit with a stun. It is going to be big defensive. Is he just going to try to see if he can just fight through Blood Dagger right now? He's not going anywhere. Just throwing a weapon. I think Blood Dagger's trying to figure out what's going on. Xavierson may have phoned it in. I'm not really sure. That, or maybe just waiting until he gets super low on health and he's just ready to strike. Wait. Is he just not doing anything? Well, I guess it's over, yeah? A little bit unceremoniously, but I guess it's over just like that. Yeah, he just didn't want to fight it. Is that you, Nicholas? It really makes me not want to play 1v1s versus Rogue? Oh no, alrighty. Well, there was that, boys. There was that. Not every single one of these duels can be a winner, and that one ended up kind of weird, but it's okay. But yeah, this was some fun tonight either way though. Quite a few games actually. About the same I'd say as NA, but I could be wrong. But I'm not sure. But yeah, I'd rather win wrong as a Hunter, to be honest. I'd rather 1v1 than a Veggie Demon Hunter. Really? I guess you could, yeah. The Barbarian? That's a good name for a guild. What do you mean? The Barbarian, Conan the Barbarian. That is perfect. I like it, Conan. I like it, my guy. I'm gonna be logging off for the night, though. Appreciate you boys so much going by. Let me do goodbye. Goodbye. And you too. Appreciate you boys so much for coming by. Appreciate you so much for watching. Super fun hanging out with every single one of you every single week, boys. We're gonna be doing even more of these next week. Friday for EU, Saturday for the NA, yeah? As per usual. Thank you all so much for popping in, man. Appreciate all of you. I gotta get some food. It's about that time. I am feeling kinda hungry. I'm probably gonna be doing that here in a bit. Take care, Mana. I appreciate you, my man. Yo, I also gotta get some work done tonight. And I think tonight, are we raiding? I don't think we are, so it may just be one of those nights where you could just take it easy, work on some ults, maybe you want to play some more Diablo. I think it's about that time, honestly. About the time to get back in there whenever I can. Yo, thanks so much for coming by. Thanks so much for watching. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see all of you in the next stream, yeah. Tomorrow is probably no stream day. I'm probably just going to be chilling. And then Mondays when I think we'll be back getting some old stuff out of the way. And then, yeah. Man, I didn't get what mage spec I want to play. Yo, Frost looks so good, though. Frost looks so good with 10.15, dude. I think, honestly, investing into just gearing a mage as either any spec right now is fine. But as soon as the Frost changes come out, man, make the switch. It looks so good. Fire looks great, too, by the way. Key, I gotta... Well, actually, I probably could. Yeah, maybe I could help Carl do a key. I do gotta get some food real quick then. Process worst spec to gear up right now, does nothing in massive AoE. Yeah, I think at this point you would kind of gear for, I guess, Arcane, because Arcane uses all the secondary stats, and then you will make the switch to Frost. But yeah, gear, I mean, Frost probably can be geared out, do okay too, but man, I think Frost is gonna be really, really good. PvP, all I gotta do is spam Ice Lance. Ice Lance, but also you got the rare Frost and you got the elemental and you got a lot of damage you'll be doing too. I think PvP is going to be really, really good. I don't even know if it's just Ice Lance. You might even play Glacial because I think it's above my mastery now. You can one-shot people with it. It looks so good. I haven't seen the burst there. What's up, Bloodsunder? How you doing, my man? I'm going to be calling it here though, so you pop it in as we're ending the stream. Boys, thank you so much. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys all in the next stream. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Peace.